righty, guys. Make way to the inside. Sell time. Here we go. He went out there to see Elvis, is what he did. Yeah. See, yeah, you think that's who did it? Was Elvis? No. Hello, Trent. All right, guys, here we go. Sell time. Off their mamas, 2 round shots in a meter dump. So the vetter down, you get a bid, you get a bid, 425, hit 425, you hit 425 here, down, you get a bid 425, hit 425, and 25 here, down, you get a bid $4 on him, hand now 2, hit $4 down, get a van down 2, 5, and 405, 7 up here in 10, 410, get a bid 12, 15, hit 17, 20, and 422, 25, 27 a bid 30, 430, 32, and 35, you get a bid 37, 40, and now 440, hit 2, down, get a bid now 5, 45, 7 up here, and 447, you hit 7 a bid 7 of 5, 445 here, down, get to be 7 up here, down, 445, not going to be Wonger, hang it up number 4, Wonger on 4. I'll say little brothers here, they're steers, and they're good now, and how you get a bid, you get a bid, I'm going to on 450, and 450, and now 50, I'm going to be 450, and 450, hit 50 to be 50 to bomb, you get to be 425, and 425, and 25 here, down, get a bid 425, $4 and walk them at that door, 4 now 2, hit 2, down, get a bid 222, down, bid 5 here, down, get a bid 405, hit 405, and bid 5 here, 205, and get a bid 2 to bid 5, and 402, and 5, that's you, down 5, 7, now 7 to bid 10, hit 12, down, get a bid down 15, 17, get a bid 20, get a bid 2, 25, and now 7, now 30, down, get a bid 432, hit 2, down, get a bid 35, and now 32, 35, and 432, down, get a bid 5, get a bid 5, get a bid 5, 432, and then get a bid Trent, get him on 2 and a 3, Trent 23. Be the Brewer Cattle guys. You got to be 30 plus days. You got a round of shots at him here now. All steers to be down. I'm going to be 30 days. Round of shots at him now. I'm going to be you get a vibe. Hit 435 and 35 here. I'm going to be 435. They're mixed bulls and steer guides. All going to be boys when you get them home now. I'm going to be 410, 412, hit 410, 12. I'm going to be 12, 12, 12. I'm going to be 410, 12. Now 15. I got a van now 15. Hit 15. Now 17. You get to be down 20. I get to be 20, 20, 22. And 422, 25. You get to be 27. I get to be 27 of it, 7 of them. And 425. You get 7 up here, 425. You get to be 7 of it, 7 of them. You get to be 425, 7, 425. And that get to be Trent. Get him on 2, 3. Trent 23. Little brother to be, I ain't going to be, is this a new deal? I'll be a new deal for you. Be the Whitson cattle for you. 2-round shots, long time wing, guys. You gonna be little boy. I ain't gonna be selling right there now. I'm gonna be 460 and 460. And now 60 boys ought to be there. I ain't gonna be 460. At 460. And now 60 to bid, 60 to bomb. He gonna be 442. He hit 5. He hit 5 here. And I gonna van down 442 and 5. He hit 22.5 and 42.5 and 750. And I gonna be 52 and 5. 57, 60, 62 and 5. 770. He hit 2, 5, 7, 80, native 80, 480. Hit 77, 80. I ain't gonna be 477, 80. I'm going to be 477, 80, 477. That's going to be Trent. Get him on 2-3. I'm get him on Trent 23. Little boy here, down going to be one of them on set by the head. Wayne now, you're going to be 12.50. You hit 12.50. I ain't going to be 12 and a half. You're going to be 12.50. I got a van down 75. You get out 1300. You 13 quartered and 13 half now 75. 1400. You 14 quartered half 14 quarter half 14.50. You 14.50. You 14 quartered. I'm going to be 14 half here. I'm going to be 14.25. I'm going to be Jerry number 1. You get him on Jerry on number 1. Red bone heifer here. For Mama, gonna be no guarantees here now. You're gonna be a buster nose just a little bit right there, guys. Just breathing, just touch hard now. You're gonna be set about there down. Gonna be 255. You're 255. Hey, you're gonna be 255 here. You're gonna be 255 on 255. Hey, you're gonna be $200. Hey, you're gonna be 2 boys. Ain't all that bad. $1.55, 155, 60, 160. I got a van down here. 55, 60, 155. You 60s here. 155. You got a been 60. You got a been 60. You got a been 60. 155. And that's gonna be hexed. Yearling heifer, be no guarantee on her now. And you're going to be 245. You're 245. You're going to be 245 here. You're going to be 245. On 245. You're going to be on 210. You're going to be 210. At 210, 11. 11 of 11 of You're going to be on 210, 11. 11 of 11 of 12. And now 13. You're going to be 15. You're going to be 17. Now 20. You're 22. You're going to be 25. You're going to be 27. You're going to be 30. Down 30, 32. And 35. You're going to be 37. You're going to be 37. On 235. You 7 up here. You're going to be 35 here. Down bid. 7 up here. You're going to be 235. 235 Geronimo. And he's a bull off his mama, and you're going to be, about on 355, and 355, and now 55 here, you're going to be 355, and 355. You get 5 here, you're going to be 355, and you're going to be 340, and 342, and I got a man down here, you're going to be 345, and 345, and 45 here, you're going to be 345, 2's high, going to be 5, and 345, now 7 up here, 47, and now 50, and I'm going to be down 2, and I'm going to be 2, and 352, and I'm going to be 2 to be 2, and on 352, and 2 and 2 and 2, 350. Not going to be JW. I ain't going to be number 6. Hit JW6. And get up on JW on number 6. Oh, see a little heifer here now. Right off her mama. Got around the vaccines that are now. And I'm going to be 400. And I want here. And I'm going to be 20. And 420. Hit 20 to bid 20 to mom. You're going to be 420. And 420. I ain't going to be 22. And I'm going to be 22. And 422. And I got a man down here. And I'm going to be 422. T to bid 2. T to bid 2. And I'm going to be 422. And 420. And that's going to be and number 22. And I'm going to be 32. Mackie 32. Mackie 32. You're going to be off their mamas. Got around the vaccines in them now. How you going to be? You're going to be settlement there. You're going to be on 475. You're 475 and bid 475. You're going to be 75 to bid 5 to bomb. And 475, 77. I got a van down here. 77 and 477. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 77 and 475. 7 up here. I'm going to be 475, 77, 80. I ain't going to be 482. I'm going to be 485, 87 and 487, 90. You get 92. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 97. Now $5 on them too. Hit 505. 505 and 507. Get him in 10. Get him in 12. Down 15, 17. In 517. Now you get to be 17. Get him in 17. 517, 17, 20. In 522. Now you get to be 25 and 27. In 30. 532. In 32. Now you get to be 532. 2 to be 2. 2 to be 2. Now you get to be 532. 530. I get to be Mackey. You get him on 35. You get him on Mackey on 35. On he's Wayne, guys. 2 round shots, guys. You're going to be just touch bow leg in the front there now. Now you're going to be down one of $1.55. 155 and bid 5 here. Down going to be 155. 155. You get 5 here. Down going to be dollar bill 5. 105. 10. 15. Get him in 20. Get him in 5. Get him in 30. Get him in 5. 135. 135 here. 135. 40. 145. 145. 50. 155. 155. 60. 165. 170. 175. 180. 185. 95. 195, $2 on him. Hit 205 and now 5 here 10, 210 now 20. Hang it up at 220 and 210, 15, 15, 15, 15 and 215, 20. Hang it up at 220, 225 and 225, 30 and 235 and get up at 240. Hang it up at 245 and get up at 250. Hang it up at 250 and 255 now 60, 260, 270. Hang it up at 270. Hang it up at 260 down low. And that is one more time there. Rico. On Bulls, 2 round shots are done. Long time waiting, guys. You're going to be 302 and 302. Going to be 2 to be 2. Down, bit of 302. Down, you're going to be 275 and 275. You're going to be 275 here. Down, you're going to be TJ. You're looking here. Down, you're going to be 275, 242 and 242. Down, you're going to be 2222. Down, you're going to be 242 and 5 and 245. You get them on 245. Where are you at here? Down, you're going to be 245 and 242. Get them in 5 here. Down, you're going to be 245, 5, 5. What's that? 7 and 245. You're going to be 7 up here. Down, you're going to be now 50 and 250 down 2 down bid 5 here down get a bit 257 7 to bid 60 262 265 you're gonna be 265 265 265 205 here down get a bit 262 and 2 and 2 and 5 262 and that gonna be Trent. I ain't get him on 2 to 5. You get him on Trent 25 Trent 25. Be the Rosales cattle guys for you. Home raised 2 round shots in them. 60 plus days on the weaning. 425. You get them on 425. You're 425 and 25 here. 60 plus days on the weaning now. Dang, going to be 425 and 425. You 25 here. Dang, going to be $4 and 2. Dang, get a van down here. 2, 5, 7 up here and 10. You're 12. Dang, going to be 15 now. 17. Get them in 20. Get them in 2. Get them in 5, 7, 30. You're 32, 35, 37, 40 down 42. Dang, going to be for 42 and 442. Dang, going to be 2 to be 2. Dang, bit of 42 and 2 and 2 and 2. Dang, going to be down bid 440. I get to be Todd. And you get him on number 51. You get him on Todd 51. You get him on Todd 5-1. They're going to be brothers here now. They're going to be 60 plus days. Hold on 2 round shots. Home raised. And you're going to be 450 and 450. And now 50 to bid 50 to bid 2. And you're going to be 2 to bid 2. 5, 55. 7 up here and 60. 62 down bid 2. 62. Down going to be 2 to bid 2. Down Wayne 60 days. And going to be 60. They're steers, I believe, ain't they? Steers 62 and 62 down 5 67 of his 7 7 70 and you're gonna be 72 it's 75 77 up here and 80s here and 2 here 5 here and 85 at 485 82 here 5 here down get a bit 482 get a bit 5 get a bit 5 get a bit 5 482 and that gonna be D&D on number 1 you get them on D&D on number 1. Bowman Farms, guys, they got 2 round shots. They're off their mamas, and they are steers now. And they're going to be steers. How you going to be? You going to buy 465, 70, and 470. How you going to be 70, 70, 70. Now you going to be 65. Now you going to be 70, 465, 70. Wayne steers now. Now you going to be 455. They're off their mamas, you bet. Off their mamas. Now 55. Now I got a van. 455, 60, and 465, 465, 70. You going to be 75, 80. Now you going to be 480, and 485, 85 here. Now you going to be 485, and 485. 85 here, dang it on 90, dang it be 490, dang it a bit 490, if 490, 90, 90, 98, 85, get a bit 90, get a bit 90, get a bit 90, 485, dang it be CA, I ain't get a number, you say 4, on CA 4, dang it on CA, on number 4. On off their mamas, guys. Round of shots at them, guys. They're going to be fresh to rope now. I'm going to be, you going to buy some right there. On 225. On 225. You going to be 25 here. You going to be 225. On 225. You got them on 225 here. You going to be $2 on them. I got a man down 2. On 202. You going to be 25. You going to be 25 here. Down 205 here. You going to be 2 and 5. On 202. Down 5 here. You going to be 2 and 5 here. You going to be 5. On 2 and 5. You got them on 2 and I got to be Scott. I get them on 2 get up on Scott. Scott Matthews. Jeff, you just missed him. Here's another covey of them right here now. How you gonna be? He gonna be set up there. One of their steers and they're good now. How you gonna be? He gonna be on $2 a pound too. On 202. I'm gonna be 2 to be 2. On 202. On 5. You gonna be on 205. Not gonna van now 10. You're 10. How you gonna be 15? I'm gonna be 20. I'm gonna be 25. You gonna be down 30. I'm gonna be down 35. You're 40. I'm gonna be 245. You gonna be on 245. On 245 and 45 here. I'm gonna be 240. Now 5. On 245. 5. You got him on 240. And I'm gonna be Jerry. I ain't got him on number 1. I ain't got him on Jerry on 1. You got him on Jerry on 1. Be the Benson family. Benson and Bagley. Be the Benson and Bagley family, guys. They're off their mamas. They're all natural to you. Heifers are going to be guaranteed open on the bigger end now. They're going to be a bit of a celebratory. You're going to be down on 400, and I want here 10, 410. I ain't going to be 10. I ain't going to be 410. Hit 12. I ain't going to be down here. I ain't going to be 412. Hit 10, 12. I ain't going to be 410. Going to be 12. Get out 15. Now 17. You're going to be down 20. Hit 422. I ain't going to be 22 to be 2. I ain't going to be 422. Hit 2. I ain't going to be 25. You're going to be 27. You're going to be down 30. I ain't going to be 30. Hit 32. I ain't going to be 35. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 35. Hit 435. 2 0 5 here. I ain't going to be 432 and 2 and 5 here. I ain't going to be 432. I ain't going to be Mackey. I ain't going to be number 42. Mackey on 42. All natural off their mamas, guys. Going to be guaranteed open to you now. Ain't going to be down bid 402. Hit 2. I ain't going to be 2 to be 2. I'm on 402. I'm on 402. I'm on 385. And 385. 85 here. And 85. 87. 85. 87. And 385. 87 to be 7 about me. Going to be 385. 87. 90. And I'm going to be 390. And I'm going to be 390. 87. 90. And 87 to be 92. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 97. You're going to be 97. And 395. You're going to be 7 up here. And I'm going to be 390. 7. You're going to be 395. And I'm going to be Mackey. I ain't going to have a number 42. On their crossbreds, and they're good here down. Guaranteed open to you now. You're going to be set up here down. On 380. Yeah, 380. And now 380's here. You're going to be 380. On 380. You're going to be 360. And 360. And now 2. You're going to be 2225. You're going to be 65. Do it here. 365. 7 is 7. You're going to be 65. 7. 70. You're going to be 72. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 75. It's 75. You're going to be 375. 205. 77. 80. You're going to be 380. And 380. You're going to be 77. 80, I'm going to be 377, 80, I'm going to be 377. I'm going to be Trent, and I get him on 23X. You get him on Trent, you get him on number 23X. They're bulls now, right off their mamas. You're going to be forehead on the drive now. Who you going to be? You're going to buy Celebratory. Now $5 on them. You're going to be $5. You hit 5. You hit 5 here. You're going to be $5 on them. You're going to be $5 here. You're going to be 5. You hit 5. You're going to be 502. I got a van 502. You hit 2. I'm going to be 2 to be 2. I'm on 502. I got a van down here 2. You hit 502. I'm going to be 2 to be 2. I'm on 502. I'm on 502. $5. And that's going to be Luke. I ain't going to number 3, 4. Luke 34. Brothers, give me along, guys. Their bulls are good now. I'm going to be 372. You get 372, 5. You're going to be 75. I got a van down here, 77, 80. You're going to be 382. You're going to be 385, 387. You get 90. You're going to be 392. You're going to be 395. You're going to be 397, 4. You get 2. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 10. You're going to be 12. You're going to be 15. You get 17. You're going to be 20. You're going to be 2. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 30. And 30. And now 430. You're going to be 27. You're going to be 30. You're going to be 30. You get him in 30, you get him in 30, 427. I get to be JW6. You got him on JW. And number 6. Schneider cattle guys out there, mamas, they're all natural to you. And you're going to be 312 at 312. I'm going to be 12 here. I'm going to be 312 at 312. 12. You're going to be 285, 87, 87, 92. You're going to be 92. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 97. You're going to be now 3, now 2, bid 5, and 305. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 302 and 5. And now 7, and now 10. You're going to be 3, 10, 12. You're going to be 15. And now 17. You're 20. You're going to be 22, 25. You're going to be 27. You're going to be 30. You're 32. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 37 and 35, 37. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 37. You're going to be 335. And that's going to be. And get up on Troy number 1X. You get up on Troy number 1X. Just one. Troy 1. You won't prag them. And one of them. No sir. You're going to be no prag. No prag. No prag. He said. Cutting bull right off his mama. You're going to be set the down. One of them on 315. You get 15. You're going to be 15 and 315. You're going to be 15. You're going to be 15 and 315. And one of them on $3 only one. You're going to be down 2. You're going to be through 2. And I got a van. And 301 2. And now 3. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 307. You're going to be 307. You get 5, 6 here. 7. You're going to be 307. You're 7. You're 7 of it. 7 of them. You're going to be 306. You're going to be 307. You're going to be 306, and that's going to be CA. I ain't get him on 66. You get him on CA. I ain't get him on number 66. Walking up on his toes here. Going to be 255. 255. You're going to be 255. You're going to be $2 on him. 5. 205. You're going to be 205 here. You're going to be 205. You're going to be $1.50. 155. 155. Now I'm going to vent here down. 155. 155. 560. 165. 165. You do it here. 165. 70. 170. 170. Hey, you're going to be 70. 70. 70. Kyle, you on try him. 70. 170. 75. 175 here. You're going to be 175. 175, so 80, 180, 185, they're going to be 90, 195, 195, 195, 195 here, they're going to be 190, I going to be JW, get them on 7, you get them on JW 7. Be steer mate. How you gonna be? You gonna be on 380? Yeah, 380. And now 380's here too. You gonna be 382. Now 382. Yeah, 2. Steer down. You gonna be 355 and 355. 560. And I got a man down 5. You gonna be 365, 365, 70. Then you're gonna be 75. You're gonna be 375 and 372. Then you're gonna be 2 to 2. On 372 and 2 and 2. You're gonna be 370. I'm gonna be CA 55. You get up on CA on 55. Little lightweight heifer here down. You're going to be on celebrate. Where to you now? You're going to be on 355. You're going to be 355. Now you're going to be on 60. You're going to be 360. You're 55, 60. You're going to be 355. Now you're going to be 60, 60, 60. You're going to be 355, 60. You're going to be 365, 365, 70. You're going to be 375, 80. You're going to be 385, 90. You're going to be 395, 4. You're going to be 405. You're 10. You're going to be 15. You're going to be 20. You're going to be 25. You're going to be 30. You're going to be 435. You're going to be 40. And for 40. Hit 45. You're going to be for 45 here. You're going to be for 45. You're going to be for 40. That's Rico. Heifers. Be the Paulson cattle for you. 60 plus days on the weaning guys are going to be guaranteed to be open to them. 360, 4, and now 4, you get 5. You get on 65 here, you do it here, 64, 5, you get to be 364 and 5, you get to be 350, and 352, now I got a man down here, 2, 2, 2, now you get to be 55, you get to be 57, now you get to be 60, now 2, 65, 67, you get to be 70, you get to be 2, you get to be 5, it's 75, you get to be 77, you get to be 77, 80, now you get to be 380, and 380, I get to be 77, 80, now you get to be 377, 80, now you get to be 377, I get to be Todd, get up on 51. You get up on Todd. Get up on 51. Be Tim Turner's cattle for you. Guys, they're going to be home raised. They got 2 rounds of the vaccines in them. 50 plus days on the weaning, guys. They're all steer and they're all worked here now. I like the kind here now. Here go. I ain't gonna be a bit of on 460 in 460 and 2. You're gonna be 2 to be 2. 5. You're gonna be 7. You're gonna be 7. You're gonna be 2. 75. 77 up here. 80. 82. 85. 87. Gonna be 90. You're gonna be 2. Gonna be 5. You're gonna be 7. Hit 95. You're gonna be 97. You're gonna be 97. Hit 495. 97 to 75. You're gonna be 495. You're gonna be 497. You're gonna be 495. I'm gonna be D&D on 1. You're gonna be D&D on number 1. He's a bull. Camera along, guys. You're going to be down a bit of on short ears now. And you're going to be waiting 50 days on him. You're going to be down bid 315. You 15. You 315. I'm going to be 15. Bit of on $3 1. You're going to be 301. You 1. I'm going to be 301. You're going to be 301. And 301. 1. Wayne now. I'm going to be 255. And 255. You're going to be 255 here. I'm going to be 255. Boys, ain't that bad. 255. And 255. You're going to be $2 5. You're going to be 205 10. You 15. You're going to be 20. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 30. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 40. You're going to be 5. You 50. Going to be 5, 60, 5, 70, 70, 70, 270. I ain't going to be 75, 275, 80. I'm going to be 285. You're going to be 295. You're going to be now 3. Hit 3. I ain't going to be 295, 3. You're going to be 295. You're going to be 3. You're going to be 3. You're going to be 3. 295. I'm going to be JW on 6. You got him on JW on 6. Tim, you sitting here with us? If you're watching, guys, we appreciate you. Nice cattle right there, don't. Be the Bentley cattle. Guys, they're going to be home raised, 2-round shots in them. You bet you guys. Gardner AI cattle here now, been running on the short wheat. 90 plus days on the cattle here down. You're going to be guaranteed to be open to you down. And you're going to be on there down. You're going to be 405. Hit 405. You're going to be 90-day heifers down. You're going to be 405. Hit 5. You get them on 405. Do it here. You're going to be 405. You're going to be 405. Hit 5. You get them on 405 here. You're going to be 385. You're going to be 87. 90. 2. 5. 7. 4. 2. 5. You're going to be 7. Hit 10. You're going to be 12. You're going to be 12. 12. You're going to be 412 now. 412. 14 here. 12. 15. You're going to be 57. 17, you're going to be down 20, you're going to be 22, you're going to be 25, you're 25, you're going to be 25, you're going to be 25, down, going to be 25, you're going to be 425, you're 22, you're going to be 25 here, you're going to be 422, get up on Haas, you get up on 422 on Haas. On big old stout heifers, guys, they're open to you now. 90 plus days on them off the short wheat. Down here go. You're gonna be on 340 and 340, and now 340. Then gonna be 41. I got a van. Gonna be 341 and 341. And one to bid, one to buy. You're gonna be 341. Hit 1, 2. You're gonna be 45. You're gonna be 45 now. 45 and 342 here 5. You're gonna be 45 here now 7. You're gonna be 47 and 47. You're gonna be 45. 600. You're gonna be 47. Hit 47. You're gonna be 48, and you're going to be 49, you're going to be now 50, and you're going to be 50, hit 50, now 51, you're going to be 51, you're going to be 51, and 351, 1, 1, you're going to be 351, hit 1, Jerry, you're going to be 51, 2, and you're going to be 222, now 3, and you're going to be now 4, and you're going to be 54, 53 and 4, I'm going to be 353, and you're going to be 354, 5, and 55, 56 higher, and I'm going to be 56 here, and I'm going to be 355, and you're going to be 356, 355, I'm going to be Jerry, you get him on 13, you get him on Jerry on 13. My little sisters, are you going to be that'd been all of them. To the Bentley family, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Nice cattle right there, sir. We thank you. Be the Booth cattle, you bet. Home raised, 2 rounds, guys. Be the Booth cattle. 90 plus days on them, guys. Going to be guaranteed open to them. And you're going to be 440. You're 440. You're going to be 40 to bid, 40 to buy. You're going to be 440. 90 days on them, guys. 440. You're 425. You're going to be 25 here, 7. I got a van down here, 7. You're 427, 30. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 37. And 37, 40. You're going to be 42. You're going to be 45. You're going to be 47. And 47. And 47. And 45. You're going to be 7 to bid, 7 to buy. You're going to be 45. You're going to be 7 up here for 45. You're going to be 7 for 45. And they're going to be Wonger. I ain't gonna run 4, Wonger on 4. 90 plus days, they're gonna be guaranteed open to them. You're going to be 335. You get 335. You're going to be 35 here. You're going to be 335. You're going to be 35 and 335. You're going to be 35 here. You're going to be 335. You get 5. You're going to be 331. You're going to be 331. And now 2. You're going to be 32. Now I got a man 32 and 331. 2 man down here. 2. You're going to be 32 and 31. 2. You're going to be 331. I got a man 2 3. You're going to be 34. You're going to be 35. You get 36 here. You're going to be 36. You get 35. You're going to be 36 here. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 36. 335. And that's going to be Bates. And get a number 65. Bates on 65 and Preg. They're going to be steers. They came along, guys. They're going to be, they've been all the booth cattle, guys. We appreciate you. Nice cattle right there. Be the Ware cattle, guys. Home raised. 2 rounds of shot, 60+ days all the weaning. And you're going to be 330. You get 330. You're going to be 331. I got a man down here, 31. You're going to be 331. You get 1. You're going to be 331. Money's low here. You're going to be 331, 2. And 32. You're going to be 33, and 4, and 5, and 6 here. You're going to be 7. You get 8. You're going to be 39, 40. Now 41, 2. You're going to be 43, 4. You're going to be 45, 46. And you're going to be 47, 8. And you're going to be 48. You get 48. And now 9, 50. You're going to be 51. You're going to be both out here, 51, 2, 52. You get 3, you're going to be 3, 4, and now 55, 56, 57, and 57. You're 6 here, 7. You're going to be 356 here, you're going to be 7 up here, you're going to be 356. That's going to be Bates on 7. All 60-day heifers ain't going to be guaranteed open to you now. You're going to be 325. You're 325. You're going to be 25 here. You're going to be 25. 60-day heifers now. You're going to be 325. And 325. You're going to be 325. You're going to be 325. 17, 18, 18, 20. You're going to be 320. And I got a van down here. 20. You're going to be 320. And 320. You get 20 to bid 20 to You're going to be 320. Do it here. You're going to be 318, 20. 18, 20. 18, 20. You're going to be 318. That's going to be Mackey. I ain't get him on 62. And I get him on Mackey 62 and Pregham. You're going to be Mackey 62 and Preg. To the Ware family, nice cattle right here, guys. We appreciate you. Excellent job with them. Be Joe Jones' cattle for you. Guys are off their mamas. They're going to be all natural to you. Going to be heifers. You're going to be open to them. You're going to be 388 and 388. You're going to be 388 and 388 and 388. You're going to be 382. You're going to be 382 and 382. You get 2. You're going to be 2 to be 2. 85 and 85, 85, 85 and 385. 82 series 5 here. You're going to be 385. 85 and 85 here and 2 series 5 and 87. Now 90. You're going to be 390. You get 390. 87. Going to be 90. 87 8. 388 and 87 8. 87 8 and 87 8. 87 8, 387. I'm going to be Lang 4. Good to have you back, Lang 4. You're going to be on open heifers. You're going to be on 305 and 305. You're going to be 305 here. You're going to be 305 and 305 and being 5 here. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 305. You're going to be off their mamas, guaranteed open to you now. 291. You get 2. And I got a van 91, 2, 3. You're going to be 4, 5. You're going to be 97. You're going to be now 3. You get 302. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 307. You're going to be 310. You're going to be 312. Hit 15. 50, 17. You're going to be now 20. You're going to be 320. And 17, 20. You're going to be 317. Get him in 20. Get him in 20. Get him in 20. Get him in 20. 317. I'm going to be Bates and get up on 65 and check them. On bulls, they came along, guys, off their mamas. He gonna be, Celebrator down, 411. If 411, 11 of it, 11 of them. You're gonna be 411. You're gonna be 411. If 411, 11 of it, 11 of them. You're gonna be 385 and 385 and 86 here, 7, 88 and 88 and 388 and 990. You're gonna be 91. You're gonna be 92. You're gonna be 95. You're gonna be 95. You're gonna be 95. You're 97. You're gonna be now 98. You're gonna be 99. You're gonna be 99 and 399. You're gonna be 399, 99, and 399, 99 here. You're going to be 399, 4, and you're going to be $4 1. You're going to be 4 1. Yeah, 1, 1, 1, 1. You're going to be $4, and that's going to be CA. I ain't got a number 55. You get them on CA 55. Check for a high back, please. You're gonna be Bulls will be gonna be 360. Now one, gonna be 361. You're gonna be 361. Yon time here, gonna be 361 and 361. 111. You're gonna be 351. You're gonna be 51 2. You're two. Gonna be 2 to be 3. You're gonna be 334. You're gonna be 54 5. 55. 56 $. You're gonna be $56.7. You're gonna be 58. You're 8. I'm gonna get 9 9 9 9 60. You're gonna be 61. You're gonna be 62. You're 2. You're gonna be 2 3. You're gonna be 3 4. You're gonna be 64. You're 5. 65 6 here. You're gonna be 7. You're gonna be 8. 68. You're 8. I'm gonna get 367 8. You're 8. I'm 8 8 8. 367. They're gonna be Camp. Get them on 5. You get them on Camp on 5. To the Jones family, thank you, folks. Nice cattle right there down. We thank you. Lopez cattle home raised round of shots. Going to be 35 plus days on the weaning now. And they're going to be Bulls to you. And going to be Bulls. I'll be going to be 380. Yeah, 380. Going to be 380. 2, 5, 87 of it. 87. And 387. 90. Going to be 392. You're going to be 392. And 392. 5. You're going to be 97 up here. Going to be now 4. You're going to be now 2. You're going to be now 5. You're going to be now 7. And now 10. You're going to be 14. 10. 10. If 410. You're going to be 10. You're going to be 10. You're going to be 10. You're going to be 7 of it. 10. You're going to be 407. I'm going to be CA 55. You get them on CA on 55. They're 35-day Wayne Bulls here down. How you going to be 322 and 322. I'm going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2 and 322. And be the kind here down. I'm going to be 15 and now 17. You're going to be 17. I got a van down here 17 20. You're going to be 320. You 2. You're going to be 25. You're going to be 25 and 325 7. You're going to be 7 of it 7 of them. You're going to be 25. Campion Tram 7. You're going to be 325 7 and 325 7 up here. I'm going to be 325. They're going to be CA. I'm going to be number 66. I'm big glad he'll be. I'm going to be. Celebrate down. I'm going to be 180, 181, 181, 81 bid, 1 bound, and 181, 181, 171, 171, 2, you're going to be 71, 2, 171, 2, you on time here, 71, 2, 171, I get him in 2, get him in 2, get him in 2, and 161, 2, 161, 2, and I get him out, 61, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you're going to be 2, 2, 2, got you there, and 161, 2, what's that? I'm going to be, what do you got going on here, Dan? Going to be $1.50 and 151, 151, 2, 222, 151, 2, 51, 2, I'm going to be 151, I'm going to be 2, get him in 2, get him in 2, get him in 2, get him in 2, now 3, 53, and 4, I'm going to be 54, I'm going to be 54, 153, I'm going to be, I'm going to be Jerry 14. Same cattle, he gonna be Bulls will be on 370 and 370. I'm gonna be 370 30 days on him here down. I'm gonna be 370 and 370. I'm gonna be 351. You're gonna be 351. It 1 1 1 1 1. You're gonna be 331 out that door 2. You're gonna be 32. Now I got a man at 32. You're gonna be 32. You're gonna be 32 and 31 2 3. You're gonna be 35. You're gonna be 37. You're gonna be 40. You're gonna be 42 and 45. You're going to be 47. You're going to be 50. You're going to be 2. You're going to be 55. 55 and 205 here. You're going to be 352 and 5. You're going to be 352. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 5. 352. And they're going to be Trent. I'm going to be number 22. I'll be the Hex Cattle guys, home raised, 2 rounds, long time on the weaning now. A long time wean steered. I'm going to be 345 and 345. You're going to be 345. You're going to be 345. At 45, you're going to be 335. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 335. At 35, long time wean steered now. I'll be the Hex Cattle, 35, 600. At 36, 7. You're going to be 38, 9. And 39. At 40, you're going to be 1. You're going to be 42. You're going to be 43. You're going to be 44. On 344. I ain't going to be 44. And you're going to be 344. And you're going to be 343. I ain't going to be Bates. And get him a number 7. You get him on Bates on number 7. On Heifer Dolly, I'm gonna be long time Wayne Heifer. On you gonna be Silverbatter down. I'm gonna be 370 and 370. And now two. I'm gonna van down here 25. You're gonna be 77, 80, 2, 5, 7. Gonna be 90. Gonna be 2, 95, 97. Gonna be 4. Gonna be 2. Gonna be 5. Gonna be 7. Gonna be 10 and 14. Now 12 and 15. You're gonna be 17. Gonna be 20. Gonna be 2, 25, 27 up here and 30s here and 2. Now you're gonna be 35, 37. And now 40 and 2. You're gonna be 42. You're gonna be 442. You're 2. I'm gonna be 2 to be 2. I'm gonna be on 2 and 2. You're gonna be for 40. And that gonna be. I ain't gonna on Todd. Get him on 51. You get him on Todd. I ain't gonna on number 51. Little Wayne steer down. I ain't gonna be Celebratory Silicon Hex Cattle. You're gonna be 465. 465. You're gonna be 65 here. Wayne now 465. 465. 70. You're gonna be 70. I'm gonna be 70. At 470. I now 70. 70. 70. 65. You're gonna be 70. You're gonna be 75. 70. 65. 70. You're gonna be 465. You're gonna be 70. 70. 70. 475. 470. I ain't gonna be 65. 70. 465. 70. 465. I ain't gonna be Troy. Get him on 3. You get him on Troy. Get him on 3. Wayne steered. How you gonna be down? I want her down. And you say, how you gonna be 320? At 320. How you gonna be 20 to bomb? You're gonna be 320. At 320. At 20. How you gonna be $3 1? 301. It 1. You're gonna be 255. You're gonna be 255 16. I ain't gonna van 260. 260. I ain't 55 16. I ain't gonna be 16. I'm gonna be 255 16. You get him on 255. I ain't gonna be Trent. You get him on. You say 25. You get him on Trent. You get him on 25. Stairs, I'll be down. You're going to be 230. You're going to be 231. 231. You're going to be 231. You won't try him here. 1. You're going to be 231. 210. 210. I'm going to be 10, 10, 10. You're going to be $1.81. 2. Now you're going to be 81, 2. 81, 2. 81, 2. 81, 2. 81, 2. 3. You're going to be 85. 87. You hit 90. You're going to be 92, 95. You're going to be 97. You're going to be 2. You're going to be 25. You're going to be 7. You hit 10. You're going to be on 12, 15, you're going to be 17, you're going to be 20, you're going to be 25, you're going to be 730, you're 2, you're going to be 35, you're going to be 235, you're 32, 35, you're going to be 232, and they're going to be Trent, get up on 2 and a 5. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you. Nice cattle as always. Thank you, sir. I'm be Justin Taylor's cattle for you. Guys are going to be home raised. 2 rounds of shots. Going to be 60 plus days on the weaning. You bet you guys right on the wheat for 30 days now, ready to go to work for you. Who you going to be? Who you going to be? Celebrate there. And you're going to be 425. You're 425, 7. You're going to be 5, 7, 30. You're going to be 2. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 7. Hit 40. You're going to be 2. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 50. And bid 450. You're 452. You're going to be 52, 5 down. 55, 7. You're going to be 7. You're 7. 55 here. Down. You're going to be 7 up here. 455, 7. You're 55. You're going to be 7 up at 7 of them. You're going to be 455. And they're going to be Haas. And they're going to be numbered. I'm going to be Haas on 4. You're going to be 60 plus days, 2 rounds, guaranteed to be open to you now. You're going to be right off the wheat now. You're going to be on 365 and 365. You're going to be 365. You're going to be 65 and 365 and bid pop here. You're going to be 365 7. You're going to be 7 of 7. You're going to be 65 7. I got a van down 770. You're going to be 370. You're going to be 70 and 367 72. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 75 77 and now 80. You're going to be 380 now. 2, I'm going to be 382. Yeah, 2. I'm going to be 2 to be 285, 85, 86 here, and 86 on there. I'm 385, 86 here, and I'm going to be 385, 86 here, and I'm going to be 385. I'm going to be Troy. Get him on 1X. You can go ahead and preg them. You get him on Troy, 1X and preg. I'm okay, Wes. I don't want one. No, I don't want one. It's all right. Home race, 2 rounds, guys. 60 plus days on them. And they're going to be 60 plus days on them now for 40, 440, and now 40, going to be 40, going to be 40, 440, going to be 40 to 40, a pretty good kind right here now. Going to be take that 35, you're going to be 435, 37, 35, you're going to be 7 up here, and I'm going to be 40, I'm going to be 42, you're going to be 45, you're going to be 45, 7, 47, 47, 50, I'm going to be 50, 450, and now 50 to be 50 to I'm going to be 450, in 450, and now 50. Two, they're gonna be 52, they're gonna be 52, hit 2, I'm gonna be 222, 452 and 5, now 55 is 7, you're gonna be 7 of it, 7 of 5, 55, 7, 455, you're gonna be 7 up here, down 5 here, down, you're gonna be 7 up here, down, you're gonna be 455, that's gonna be Lang number 4, in Lang number 4. You're going to be guaranteed open. You're going to be 60 plus days on them, guys. You're going to be 325 and 325. You're going to be 325. You're going to be 325 and 325 and 25 here. You're going to be 310, 310, 11, 11 of 11 of I. 310, 11 appeared. You're going to be 310. I'm going to van down 11. You're going to be 310, 11. 310, 11 appeared. You're going to be 310, 11. You're going to be 310. They're going to be Bates. You're going to have number 65 and Preg. Big old stout steer down. You're going to be digging about to the butcher down. Fraser beef for you. You're going to be what you said. $2. You're gonna be $2 1. At $2 1. Hey, you're gonna be 201. Don, what do you think? You're gonna be 201. You're 201 2. Now you're gonna van down. You're gonna be 2 2 1 2. Down. You're gonna be 2 1 2 1 2 3. Down. You're gonna be 2 3. You're gonna be 2 3 5. You're gonna be 2 10. Now 15. You're 15. You're gonna be 15 2 10 15 15. You're gonna be 15. You're gonna be down 20. Then you're gonna be 25. You're gonna be down 30. You're gonna be 35. You're gonna be 35. You're 35. You're gonna be 230 35 40. You're gonna be 240. You're going to be 240, 240, you get 45, you're going to be 245, you get down 50, you're going to be 250, 250, and now 50, you're going to be 245, 50, you're going to be 245, and that's going to be Sam. Number 1, you get a Sam number 1. You're going to be centimeter down. You're going to be 220. 220. You get 22. You're going to be 5. You're going to be down 25 here. 225. You're 225. And 5 here. You're going to be 225. 225. 7. 32. 5. You're going to be 7. 42. You're going to be 5. 245. You're going to be 247. You're going to be 50. You're going to be 252. You're going to be 255. You're going to be 255. 255. You're going to be 255 here. You're going to be 255. You're 205. You're going to be 252 and 2 and 5. 7. 760. They're going to be 16. On 260. They're going to be 257. They're going to be Bates in number 7X. Justin, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. 900, 900, you're going to be 9 and a quarter, you're going to be 925, you're going to be 925, you're 925, you're going to be 750, you're going to be 750, you're 750, 75, you're going to be 775, not going to van, 775, you're 750, 75, 800, 800, not quarter, 8 and a quarter high, 850, 75, 879, 9 high, 875, 9, 875, you're going to be 9 here, and 875, you're going to be 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, 875, Rico. Also, little man here, I'm going to be giving about 1250 on him, 1250, 75, 1275, you're going to be 1300, and now quarter, down 13 high, you're going to be 75, 1400, you're going to be 14 high, now 1500, 15 quarter, 15 quarter, you're 15 quarter, you're 1525 here, you're going to be 1525 here, 1525, 1525, 1500, now going to be Luke, and get up on 34. On 45 plus days, home raise steers, you say. How you going to be? One celebrate there. 335 and 335. You're going to be 35 here. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 325 and 325 and 25 here. And now 7. You're going to be now 30. You're going to be now 2. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 37 and 37 40. You're going to be 42. You're going to be 45. You're going to be 47 and 347. You 7 of it 7 of 15. You're going to be 52 55 57 57. You're going to be 355 7 57 57 and 355. You're going to be 7 up here. You're going to be 355 7 355. And they're going to be Bates. And number 7. You get one Bates on 7. 45 days, round of shots. She's open to you now. You're going to be on 315. 15. And now 15. You're going to be 315. 15. I'm going to be $3 and 1. You're going to be now 2. You're going to be 302. Yeah, 1 2. I'm going to be 301. I'm going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. I'm going to be 45 days open, guys. Take 290 on her. 290. I'm going to be 290. I'm going to be 290. I'm going to be 290. 290. 281. And now 2. Netherman 2. Netherman 2. 281 2. Netherman 2. Netherman 2. 3. 83, 85, 87 up here, 90. You're going to be 92, 95. You're 95. You're going to be 92, 95. You're going to be 292. And that's going to be Mackie. I'm going to be number. Going to be 62. Mackie on 62. A little heifer here. And you're going to be. She's Wayne now. And you're going to be on 420. You're 2. You're going to be 422. You're going to be 422. You're 2 to be 2. 425. You're going to be 7 up here in 30. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 37, 40. Hit 42. You're going to be 45, 47, 50. Hit 52. You're going to be 55, 55, 55, and 455. 2 here, 5 here. You're going to be 452 and 2 and 2 and 5. 452. I'm going to be Wonger 4. Wonger on 4. 45 days steer down round inning. Mackie, do you want to preg that? Yes. You're going to be a little boy here. You're going to be on $6 on him. You're $6. You're 602. You're going to be 2 to be 2. You're on 602 and 5. You're getting 555. You're going to be 605. You're 205. You get him on 602. I got him in 5. You 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 got him in 5. 5 5 7 and 607. I got him in 10. I got him in 12. Now 15 and 15. It's 612. I got him in 15. 15 15. I get him in 612. And that's going to be D&D on 1. I get him on D&D number 1. To the Morris family, thank you guys. We appreciate you. Nice cattle about your dump. Yeah. Who would ever thought they'd have been in time when we didn't know? They're going to be the sweet cattle guys. They're going to be a long time wing guys. All the shots in him. You're going to be on 315. You're 15. You're going to 15. You're going to be 15. 15 and 315. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 305 and 305. Yearling now 600. You're going to be 600. You're going to be 305 600 and 305 and be 600. You're going to be 305 600. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 600. You're going to be 305. And they're going to be Camp. I ain't got him number 75. And you get him on Camp and number 75. Little heifers. And I like the kind here down. And you're going to be the Byram cattle for you. Home raised, round of shots, guys. No implants in the good cattle. Weaned over 30 days on them now. You're going to be heifers. You're going to be open to you now. And I'm going to be about 30 head of these things sorted up for you. You're going to be 45. 445. And now 7 up here. And 47 of it, 7 of them. 45, 7. And 445. You're going to be 7 of it, 7 of them. You're going to be 45. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 32. And 32. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 432. Now 35. You're going to be 37. And 37, 40. You're going to be 40. Luke going to be 40. And 40. And then 440. You hit 440 to be 2. You hit 42. You hit 45. You hit 47. You're going to be 7 of it, 7 of I. 45. You're going to be 7 up here. You're going to be 45. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 445. And that's going to be, and Lang on 2. Lang number 2. Negative 30 plus days. Round of shots, guys, are open to you now. Negative 363. Hit 3. And now 3. You sound like me. Negative 363. Hit 3. Negative 3. Negative 3. Negative 3. Guaranteed to be open now. 363. Hit 3. Take 50 on them. Negative now 1. Now 2. Negative 3. Negative 5. Negative 7. It's 16. 62. 65. 67. And 67. Now 70. Negative 72. Negative 75. Negative 77. And 377. Negative 75. 77. And 377. 80. Negative 382. Negative 385. Negative 387. And 388. Negative 89. Negative 90. Hit 91. Negative 92. Negative 93. Negative 94. Negative 95. Negative 96. Hit 97. Negative 96. 97. And 396. And now 7 appeared. Negative 396. Negative Todd. Get up on 51. Negative Todd on 51. Be the Half Brothers off the Byram consignment, guys. Get him handled up same way, guys. 30 plus days, round of shots at them. They're all steers now. You're gonna be done, but on 412, 412. I'm gonna be 12, gonna be 12, gonna be 12. Yeah, 412. Now 15. You're gonna be 15. You're gonna 15. You're 17. You're gonna be now 20. You're gonna be now 2. You're gonna be 425 and 25. You're gonna be 7 up here. You're gonna be 30. You're gonna 25. You're gonna be 35 and 35. Line gonna be 35. 7 40. You're gonna be now 2. Negative 45, negative 47, now 50, now 52, negative 55, 57, now 60, now 60, negative 460, now 2, negative 65, negative 67, negative 67, 67, negative 465, negative 7 up here, negative 465, I get to be Carl on 5, negative on Carl, get him on 5. I'll steer mate, guys. Waiting 30 days here now. You're going to be, you're going to be 5 1/4. You're going to be 525. Yep, 525. You're going to be 525 here. You're going to be 525. Luke, you're going to be 25. $5 on him. You $5. You 5, 10, 15. Could have been 20. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 30. You're going to be 30. You're 35. You're going to be now 40. You're going to be 45. You're going to be 45, 50. Now 55. You're 60. Now 5. Now 70. Now 5. You're going to be 75. You're 575. You're going to be 575, negative 575, 570, and they're going to be D&D on 1, negative on D&D on number 1. Yeah, they're going to be steers here. You're going to be on 30 plus days on them, guys. Round of shots in them. You're going to be Sylvester down. You're going to be, you say, 382. You're going to be 382. You're 2. I'm going to be 2 to 2. On 382. You're going to be 382. You're 2. You're going to be 382. On 372. You're 2. 5. You're going to be 77. 80. 82. You're going to be 385. 85. And 387. 87. 87. 90. You're going to be 390. You're 392. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 97. You're going to be 97. You're $4. You get 4. You're going to be 397. 4. You're going to be 397. Get 4. Hit 4. 4. You're going to be 397. They're going to be Camp on 5. You're going to on Camp on number 5. Hey, Big Cut Bull here to the Byram family. You guys sitting here with us. If you're watching online, guys, we appreciate you. Nice cattle right there down. Karen's got some Christmas cookies in there, guys. Go in there and get you a handful of them. You bet you, guys. She thanks everybody for your business. She's got you some cookies in there. Go see her. Wing Bull off a load now. You're going to be, you're going to set the butcher down. You said, you're going to be $3 here. You're going to be $3. You get 3. Now 3. You're going to be 275.80. You're going to be 280. You're going to be 275.80. Not going to down. 275, 77, 80, 82, 85, 87. You're going to be 90. You're going to be 292. You're 95. You're going to be 95, 95, 95. 295, 205. You're going to be 292 and 5. You're going to be 292 and 5. You're going to be 292. I'm going to be Bates. You're going to have a number 7X. On 10 steer, and you're going to be, Celebrator. And you're going to be trying for about $3. And you're going to be 302, and 302. You 2, I'm going to be 2 to be 2, but 302, you're going to be 255, 255, 60, and I'm going to be 5, you're going to be now 70, you're going to be 270, 270, I'm now 75, you're going to be 280, you're going to be 285, 90, you're going to be 295, 3, now 5, now 10, now 15, 20, 5, 30, you're going to be 325, 30, 325, now you're going to be 30, you're going to be 30, you're going to be 30, now you're going to be 325, now you're going to be Trent, get up on 2 to 5. On Yearling Heifer, now going to be guaranteed open T down. Now going to be just sorted off load now. Now going to be diggity now 325. You're going to be 325 and 325 and 25 here. Now you're going to be 305. You're going to be 305 and 305. You 305 here. Yearling now. She's open to you. 275, 77. I got a man. 277, 277, 80, 82, 85, 87 to bid 90. You're going to be 292. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 97 and 295. You're going to be 7 up here. You're going to be 295, 97. You're going to be 295. They're going to be Bates. You're going to have on 65 and Prager. Bull lads here. You're going to be Sullivan here. And you're going to be 232. And 232. Now you're going to be 33. You're going to be 33. You're going to be 33. And 34. Now you're going to be 34. Now you're going to bend down 34. You're going to be 33. You're going to be 34. And 33, 34. You're going to be 33, 34. You're going to be 34. You're going to be 34. You're going to be 233. I'm going to be Sam. You're going to straight away. You're going to Sam straight. Camera long now. You're going to be 215. You're 215, 16, 216. You're 16. You're going to be 16. You're going to be 16. Do it here down. You're going to be 16. On $2 2. 5. You're going to be 7. I'm going to be 10. You're going to be 12, 15, 17, 20. On 220. You're going to be 220. You're done here down. You're going to be 220. You're going to be 17, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18. You're going to be 17, 18, 18, 18, 18, 217, 18, 18. You're going to be 217, 2, sir. I'm not going to be. Guys are going to be guaranteed open T down. Who you going to be? He going to be Centimeter down. 265. 265. You're going to be 65, 265. On 265. And now pop here. You're going to be 265. You're going to be 225. You're going to be 225, 7. You're 25. You're going to be 7 up here. You're going to be 25, 7, 30. You're going to be 30. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 33. And 33. Now you're going to be 34. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 35. And 36 here. You're going to be 36 higher. You're going to be 35. 6 higher. On 235. You're going to be 6 up here. You're going to be 235. You're going to be CA. You're going to 129. Go ahead and preg them. Yearlings open. You're going to be both of them guys just tracking off just a little bit right here now. You get 220. You're going to be $2 1. You're going to be $2 and why? At 201. Hey, you're going to be 201. You're going to bid 1. You're going to bid 1. You're going to bid 1. At 201. Hey, you're going to be 201. 181. 181 2. 81 2. 81 2. 81 2. 81 2. 181. I got to bid 2. 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 181. I got to bid 2. Got to bid 2. Got to bid 2. 181. I got to be Wonger X. And Wonger. Got to 1 X. Heifers, yearlings open. You're going to be 230. On 230. I'm going to be 30. You're going to be 230, 30, 30, 30. You're going to be 25. On 225. You're going to be just spots and eyes right there, guys. So feed right along now. You're going to be 221. 821. You're going to be 221. $2 1. You're going to be 2 1. Yeah, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You're going to be 175, 77, 177. 175. You're going to be 7 up here. 175, 177, 80. 180, 180, 182, 85, 87, 87, 90, 190, 192, 192, you're 92, 95, you're going to be 97, you're going to be 97, you're $2, you're going to be $2 2, you're going to be 2 2, I'm going to be 2 5, you're going to be 2 7, and now 10, you're going to be now 12, you're going to be now 15, 15, 15, you're going to be Jerry, you're going to be 15, I'm on 212, 15, 15, 15, you're going to be on 212, not going to be CA, you're going to be on 29 preg. 90 days, 2 rounds, hit him here down. How you gonna be? You gonna be? You said? I'm gonna be your own judge here down. Are you gonna be? You bet. Sell them out there now. Going to be 255, 60. I ain't going to be 260. You're going to be feed right along now. 260, 55. You're going to be 260. You're going to be 25, 30, 5. You're going to be 35, 235. You're going to be 235, 40. You're going to be 240. 240. I ain't going to be 240. You're going to be 35, 45, 50. You're going to be 5, 60. 5, you're going to be 70, you're going to be 275, 80, you're going to have a 280, 285, you get 90, you're going to be 290, you're going to be 295, you're going to be now 3, you're going to be 305, you're going to be 310, and 310, you're going to be 305, you're going to be 10, you're going to be 10, you're going to be 10, and 305, 10, you're going to be 305, and you're going to be Trent, you're going to be on 24, and you're going to be on Trent 24. On your big guys, you're going to be Lujan cattle off the load, guys, just to begin. Be the Palooza cattle guys. They're going to be home raised, long time weaned here down. On your big guys, you're going to be the Palooza cattle down. You're going to be big end of them. You're going to be 331. You're going to be 331. 331. One bid, one bout. You're going to be 31 bid, one bout. You're going to be 35. 331. Do it here. You're going to be 321. You're going to be 21. 321. You get 1. Wayne steer now for 310. 310. 11. You're going to be 311. I got a man 310. 11. 310. 11 up here. You're going to be 310. 11. You're going to be 310. 11. You're going to be 310. They're going to be Bates. And you're going to be number 7. Efforts off their mamas. Hey, in the middle of the moon. You're going to be selling out there, guys, getting them all. You're going to be 375. You're going to be 375. 375. You're going to be 375. You're going to be 375. You're going to be 375. 375. You're going to be 352. You're going to be 2 5. You're going to be 355. 55. Trench on tram. You're going to be 357. You're going to be now 60. You're going to be now 2. 65. 67. 70. You're going to be 70. 367. 70. You're going to be 370. You're going to be 70. You're going to be 70. You're going to be 367. I'm going to be Mackie. You're going to be on 42. You're going to be Mackie on 42. Be little sisters. You're going to be one of them off some kids here down. You're going to be round of shots or off their mamas. You're going to be forehead up now. You're going to be one of them one time by the head. One of them 1150. 1150. 11 high. 1150. 75. 1175. 12. You're going to be 1200. You're 12. 1175. You're going to be 12. 12. You're going to be Jerry. You're going to be 12. You're 12 at a quarter. You're going to be 12 at a high. You're going to be now 1275. You're going to be 1300. You're 13 quarter. You're 13 high. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 1400. You're 1400. A quarter. 14 quarter high. You're going to be 1450. You're 1450. You're 14 quarter. You're going to be 14 high. Half 75. You're going to be 75. 1450. I ain't going to be 75. You're going to be 1450. And I'm going to be Lang. I got a number. You're Lang. Got a number 2. Lang 2. Retailer here, guys. You're going to be, she's open to you down. You're going to be number 262. You 2. I'm going to be 25. You're going to be 65. 267. You're going to be 70. You're going to be 75. 80. You're going to be 285. 90. You're going to be 295. Now 3. You're going to be now 5. You're 10. I'm going to be 15. Now 20. You're going to be 320. 320. You're 1520. You're going to be 1520. You're going to be 315. I'm going to be Trent. You get him on 24X. You get him on Trent. You get him on 24X. Crosses right up and down. You're going to be 345 and 345. You're going to be 345 and 345 and 345 and 5 here. You're going to be 345. You're going to be 325 and 325. You're going to be 7 up here and 325 7. You're going to be 325 7 and 325. Now you're going to be down here 7. You're going to be 325. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 7. 325. I'm going to be Troy and number 1. You're going to be Troy number 1. Long time wing guys open to you down. Little Yarlin things down on but you're down to 362. You 2 down 2. You're gonna be 362 and 5. You're gonna be 65. You're gonna be 65. You're gonna be 365. Now you're gonna be 365 7. And now 70. You're gonna be 72. You're gonna be 75, 77, 80. 80 bucks you're an 80. You're gonna be 377, 80, 82, 82, 85. You're gonna be 385. You're 385. 205 here. You're gonna be 382 and 2 and 5. You're gonna be 382. I'm going to be Todd. Get him on 51. You get him on Todd. Get him on 51. On heifer weaned open. You're gonna be celebrator down. You're gonna be 305 and 305. You're gonna be 305 here. And you're gonna be 305 and 305. You get 5 here. And you're gonna be 285. And you're gonna be 285. 285. You won't try here. And you're gonna be 285.87. Thank you, Jerry. And 85.87. 285.87. 85.87. You won't go again. 85.87. You're gonna be 285.87. 285. They're gonna be Jerry on 3. Go ahead and Prager, please. On heifers, yearlings now. You're going to be guaranteed open to you. And you're going to be 305. Long-tailed yearlings here now. You're going to be 305. You're 305. You're going to be 305 here. And you're going to be 305. You're 5. You're going to be 305 here. And you're going to be 305. You're going to be 305. And 305. You're 5. You're going to be 305. You won't try. You're going to be 291. You're going to be 291. You're 2. Now you're going to van down here 2. Bates, you do it. And you're going to be 91. You're going to be 291 2. You're 91 2. Now you're going to be 91 2. You're going to be 91 2. You're going to be 291. I got him in 2, got him in 2, got him in 2, got him in 2, 291. I got to be Troy, and make up a number, and you're going to be number 1X and Pregum. Troy, 1X and Preg. Whoa, 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 whoa. 2X and Pregum. You're going to be long Wayne, 2 rounds and a measure down. You're going to be celebrator down. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 305. Take you another here. You're going to be 305. You hit 5. You're going to be 305 here. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 305. 291. You hit 91. You're going to be 291. You're going to be 91. You're going to be 291. You hit 91. You're going to be 281. You're going to be 281 bid. 1 by now. 91 2. 91 2. Yearling open now. 91 2. On 281 2. Now you're going to van down here 2. 81 2 3. 85 and 87, you're going to be 90, 292, you're going to be 95, you're going to be 95, you hit 92, 95, you're going to be 292 and 2 and 5, you're going to be 292, and that's going to be Lang, and number 72 and Preg, Lang 72 and Preg. Hello, Rob. How you going to be? He going to be selling tear down. I'm going to be and take a dollar bill. 105. 105. Are you going to be 105 here? Are you going to be 105? Are you going to be 75 cents a pound? Are you going to be 75? It's 77. I got a van 75. 77. I got a van down here 77. 80. 80 bucks here and 85. I got a bit 90. And you got a bit 95. And you got a bit dollar. Here 105. 105. 105. 105. 105. 105. 105 here and going to be dollar bill. And that going to be hexed. You're gonna be the Laura cattle. 2 rounds of vaccines, guys. 60+ days on the weaning. The heifers are gonna be guaranteed open to you now. And you're gonna be $3 on him. You get $3. You get 3. You're gonna be 333. You're gonna be $3 here. And you're gonna be 285. You're gonna be 287. On 285 and 87 up here. And you're gonna be 285, 87. 60-day wean steer down. 285, 87. On 285. You're gonna be 71. You're gonna be 72. 1 2 1 2 and 2 3. 75. You're gonna be 77. You're gonna be 77 80. You're gonna be 282. You're gonna be 285 87. You get 90. You're gonna be 290 and 87. You're gonna be 90. 287, 90, and 287. They're going to be Bates, and they're going to be number 7. Go ahead and put X on him. Bates, 7X. All steered, 60 days on him. 365, you're going to be 365. You hit 5, and now you get 365 here, and you're going to be 365. You get 345. You get 345, 7. You're going to be 347, 347, and 345. You're going to be 7 up here. And you're going to be 50. You're going to be 52. You're going to be 55. You're going to be 57. 57, now 60. You're going to be now 2. You're going to be 62. On 362. You're going to be 2 to be 2. 360. And that's going to be, I ain't going to on JW6. She's going to be long time Wayne. She's going to be open to you now. On 325. You're going to be 325. And 325. You're going to be 25 here. And you're going to be 325. You do it here down. You're going to be 325. 15 bid. On 315. You're going to be 17. You're going to be 17. Base going to be 17. And 317. High going to be 15. 20. You're going to be 322. You're going to be 25. You're 27. You're going to be 327. And 325. You're going to be 7 up here. And you're going to be 325. They're going to be Mackey. You got him on 62 in Prager. And Mackey 62 in Prague. A little heifer. I'm going to be on 60 days, 100. You're going to be 60-day weight heifer. I'm going to be 410. I'm going to be 10. I'm going to be 10. 410. I'm going to be 10 to be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. On 382. You're going to be 382. I'm 382. Do it here. 5. 85, 85, 85, 385. Yeah, 385. Now I got to be 7. I got to be 90. You're going to be 92. You're going to be 392. Yeah, 2. I'm going to be 2 to be 2. I'm going to be on 392. I'm going to be on 390. They're going to be Todd. Get up on 51. I'm going to be on check this morning now. You're going to be 1 plus by 2. I'm going to 1 plus by 2 down. You're going to be celebrate. I'm going to be 235. You're going to be 235. You get 235, just 2 months long now. You're going to be 235. You're going to be 210, 12. You're going to be 210, going to be 12. 210, 12. I'm going to be $2 under 1. You're going to be 1 by 2 now. $2 1. 201. You're going to be $1.71 2. You're going to be 171 2. Geronimo, you on Trier. 171 2. You get 2. You're going to be 2 to be 2. 1 2 3 4 5 7 80 2 5 7. You get 90. You're going to be 2. 192 92. 192 5. You're going to be 95, 95, 95, 192 and 5. You're going to be 95 here, 92, 95. You're going to be 92, 95, 192. I'm going to be Lang, get up on straight, Lang straight. On open yearling heifer, I'm going to be you're going to be 271. On 271, open down, you're going to be 271. On 271, you get 271. Hit 1, you're going to be 252. You're going to be on 5. You're going to be 255. 255, 5, 5, 5, 5. You're going to be 255. You're going to be 255. 252 and 5. You hit 5 here, you're going to be 252 and 2 and 2 and 5. 252, and that's going to be. I ain't get up on CA. You say 29. Go ahead and Prager on the guarantee. No preg. No preg. No preg. No preg. Thought you might want to double check. You're going to be you're going to be heifers. You're going to be get a brand new drive for you. You off their mamas. You're going to be celebrated. I'm going to be 425. If 425, you're going to be 25. You're going to be 425. If 425, do it here. Now you're going to be 7. You're going to be 7 up here, 427. And now 30. You're going to be 30, 30, 30, 30. You're going to be 27, 30. Hit 30. I now 30. There, no, sir. They're right off their mamas. You're going to be 30. Hit 27, 30. You're going to be 427. You're going to be 30. No, sir. You're going to be now 32. You're going to be 32. And 32. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 30, 32. You're going to be 430. I'm going to be Lang, get up on 2, Lang on 2. Doug, you sitting here with us? To the Love family, thank you guys, appreciate you. I'll be Todd's kettle. 3 rounds of vaccines, guys. Long time in the weaning here, dumb. I'm going to be old ropers now. You're going to be 350. Yeah, 350. I now 50. You're going to be 350. 50 to be 50 to bound. You're going to be 350. You're going to be 330. And 330. I now 30. You're going to be 330. You're going to be 330. At 330. I'm going to be 30. You're going to be 30. You're going to be $3 on them. At $3. You get 3. You're going to be 255. And out that door 60. You're going to be 260. On 260. I now 60. You're going to be 260. You're going to be 255. 60. On 255. You're going to be 60. You're going to be 255, and they're going to be Trent. And you're going to have a number. You say 19? Hit Trent, number 19. Old ropers, hey, you're going to be 275. On 275, you're going to be 275 here. You're going to be 275. You're going to be 252. You're going to be 252. On 252, I'm going to be 2 to be 2. On 252 and 2. You're going to be 35. On 237, you're going to be 35. You're going to be 37. 40. You're going to be 242. On 245, 7. You're going to be 250. You're going to be 252. You're going to be 255. Yes, 7 up here. 60. Now 62. 65. 67. 72. 75. 77, 82, 82, 82. On 282. I'm going to be 2 to be 2. I'm going to on 280. And that's going to be Trent. Get up on the same way. 19. Trent, 19. Be the Brandstetter kettle. Off their mamas. Yeah. Off their mamas, round a shot. Off their mamas, open. You're going to be 325. You're 325. You're going to be 25 here. You're going to be 325. You're going to be 325. You're going to be 315. You're 15. Now 16, 17, 18. Going to be 20. You're going to be 2. Going to be 5. You're going to be 325. You're 7. You're going to be 27. 27. You're 30. You're going to be 30, 30, 30. 27A. 328. 28, 9, 9, 9, 9, 30. You're going to be 31. You're going to be 31. You're going to be 32. 32, 3. You're going to be 34. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 36 here. You're 37. You're going to be 36, 37. And 37. 7 of it, 7 of them. You're going to be 336. And that's going to be Troy. And 1X. And go ahead and preg them. Heffern checked open here now. Are you going to be down? You're going to be 262. You 2. I'm going to be 262. Checked open now. Heifer 262. You 2. I'm going to be 2. CA, what do you think here down? I'm going to be 262. I'm 250. I'm going to be 251. I'm going to be 251. I'm 251. 1, 1, 1. I'm going to van down here. I'm going to be 251. You 1, 1, 1, 1. You're going to be 251. You're going to be 250. And that's going to be Lang. And number 8. Cut men here down. You're going to be Silverter. I'm going to be, you say 282. 282. I'm going to be 282. 282. You're going to be Schumann. What do you think here down? I'm going to be 282. You're 2. 585. I'm going to van. You're going to be 285. I'm going to van down here down 87. 87. I'm going to be 90. You're going to be 92. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 95. 292. 5. You get 95 here. You're going to be 292 and 5. 97. You're going to be 97. 3. Down 2. 302. You're going to be 302 and 5. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 302 and 2 and 2 and 5. You're going to be 302. I'm going to be Schumann. On he boom, you're gonna be Silverter, you're gonna be $4.01, you're gonna be 401, you 2, you're gonna be 222, you're gonna be 402, I'm gonna be 402, you 2, I got money in the ring, I'm gonna be 401, gonna be 2, gonna be 2, gonna be 2, you 3, you're gonna be 4035, you're gonna be 7 up here, and I'm gonna be 10, I'm gonna be 12, and 412, I'm gonna be 1012, you're gonna be 410, gonna be 12, gonna be 12, gonna be 12, you're gonna be 410, I'm gonna be Luke, you're gonna be number 7, Luke on 7. Maybe steered. How you going to be? Silverter down. You're going to be 15 bid, 16 bound. You 315, 16, 16. How you going to be 16? You're going to be 316, 305. You're going to be 7. I got a man 10. I got a man on 12. You're going to be 15, 15, and 315, 312. You're going to be 13, 14, 15. You're going to be 16. You're going to be 17, 18, 19. I got a man 20. You're going to be 21. You're going to be 22. You're going to be 23, and 23. Now 23. You're going to be 23 here. You're going to be 322 and 2 and 2 and 3. 322. I'm going to be Bates in number 7. Bates on 7. Hey, B-Bull, you're going to be Silverter down. You're going to be off the CA 55, just a little high in the back right here down. You're going to be Silverter. You're going to be 300. You're going to be 282. 282. You're going to be 222. 282. You're going to be 250. 250. You're going to be 250. You're going to be Trench on time for 35. You're going to be 35. 235. You're going to be 235 here. You're going to be $2 and loving boys out that door. $2 too. 535, you do it 7, 42, you're going to be 42, 242, now you're going to be 45, you're going to be 247, you're going to be 250, 250, and 47, 50, you're going to be 247, 50, you're going to be 247, and that's Rico. 247, Rico. Guaranteed off the Mackey, 62's down, you're going to be 1 by 6 plus, 3 plus. One by 3 plus. Off the Mackie 62s, and she's a seller. Take home. Guaranteed off the bait 65s, and she's a seller. Take home. Guaranteed off the bait 65. She's a 1 before. You get him 225. It's 225. You get him 225. You get him 25. You get him 225. At 225. You get him $2 on her 2. You get him 2. Hit 2. I get him 2. Get him 2. Just 4 months long now. 2. Hit 2. I get him 2. You get him 2. 182. 182. Hit 2. I get him 2. Get him 2. Get him 2. 5. 85. 85. 85. 185. 85. 87. I get him 90. 195. 195. Hit $2 on her. I get him 205. I get him 210. 15, 215, 20, at 220, you're going to be 20 to be 20 to 5, 5, 5, 5, you're going to be 30, you're going to be 230, and 35, 40, you're going to be 240, you're going to be 245, you're going to be 50, you're going to be 250, and 255, now 60. 260, now 5, 65, 65, 265. You get them on 265 here, and you get them 265, 260, and that's going to be laying straight. They're going to be steers here, and they're going to be Celebrataire. Wayne steers, guys, vaccinated, and you're going to be Celebrataire. On 375, you're going to be 375. And 375, you're going to be 375, 77. I got a van, 375, 77. And 377, you're going to be 375. You're going to be 7 up here, and you're going to be 375, 77. I got a van down here, and you're going to be 375. You're going to be 77. You're going to be 375, 77. You're going to be 375. I got to be D&D number 2, and I got a D&D on 2. On you're gonna be bulls on them here down. You're gonna be Celebrataire. You're gonna be, you said, 345, 50. You're gonna be 345, 50, and 345. Be bulls on them now. You're gonna be 345, 50. You're gonna be 350, and 345, 50, 5. You're gonna be 355. And I got a van down here. You're gonna be 355, and 355. Man down. You're gonna be 355. You're gonna be 355, and 355, 60. You're gonna be 360. You're gonna be 365, and 365. You're gonna be 365. You're gonna be 365 here. You're gonna be 365 here. 365. 360. I'm going to be Lang. You say 61. Lang 61. Be a brand new deal, guys. You're going to be the Barron cattle, you say?
Barron family,
Cascade Landon cattle here for you.
Hey, they're all home-raised, had 3 complete.
Home-raised, 3 rounds of shots, guys.
They're
Bunk broke on the lick tub, 60-plus days on them.
Heifers are open if you need it.
Heifers are going to be open to you down.
Really good con. Charlie always does a good job with them. Let's go forward.
You're going to be 425. You get 425. You're going to be 25 here. 60-plus days. Now 7. You get 30. You're going to be 32. 5. You're going to be 7. 40. You're going to be 2. You're going to be 5. You're 7. 50. You're going to be 52. You're going to be 55. 55. You're 455. You get 2 here. 5 here. You're going to be 452 and 2 and 5 here. You're going to be 455. You're going to be 452. I'm going to be Todd. Get up on 51. Be a notch bigger here, and you're going to be 3 rounds of vaccines in them here down. You're going to be you're going to be 411. If 411, he 11 you're going to be 411. If 411, I 11 you're going to be 411. If 411, he 11 you're going to be on 12. You're going to be 15. You're going to be 17. You're going to be 20. You're going to be 2. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 7. Hit 30. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 32, 35. You're going to be 37. You're going to be 40. Hit 40. And now 2. You're going to be 42. You're going to be 45. 45, you're going to be 45, and 45, 7, you're going to be 7, 7, 7, you're going to be 45, 7, and for 45, you're going to be 7, 7, you're going to be 45, you're going to be 47, you're going to be for 45, you're going to be Todd, get up on 51, you're going to be Todd, get up on 51. Oh, 60-day man here now. He's going to be 60-plus days on him. I like the kind right here now. Here you go. I'm going to be... You're going to be 465. 465. You're going to be 65, 7. You're going to be 5, 7, 70. You're going to be 72. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 77. Get 80. You're going to be 82. You're going to be 85. 87. 87. You're going to be 487. 85, 87. And 485, 87. You're going to be 90. You're going to be 99, 92. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 97. Get 97, 98. You're going to be 99. You're going to be now $5 on them. 501. You're going to be 502, 503. Hit 4. You're going to be now 5. You're going to be 505. Hit 505. You hit 5 here. You're going to be 505. You're going to be 505. You're going to be 505. You're going to be 504. You're going to be Carl 5. You get him on Carl. Get him on 5. To the Cascade Landing cattle guys. Thank you, folks. Nice wing cattle right there. We appreciate you. I'll be the Floyd Farms guys. We know the program. They always sends the goods down right here now. You're going to be about 40 head of these good steers. One round of shots, guys. Good kind of cattle now. You're going to be at hand of on 455. Hit 455. Hand in 5 here. Going to be 455 here. Going to be 455. Hit 5. You hit 5 here. Going to be 455. You're going to be 455. 7. 7. Hit 7, 7, 7. You're going to be 455. You're going to be 7 up here. Not going to van down here. 55, 7, 60. And 60. And now 60. You're going to be now 2. You're going to be now 5. You're going to be 5. 65. You're going to be 67. You're going to be now 70. You're going to be 70. And 472. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 75. It's 77. 80. You're going to be 480. And 480. And now 482. 82, 2, 482. Hit 2. I'm going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. On 480. I'm going to be CA. Going to be number 4. Negative on CA on 4. All steers, shaping, they're going to be round of shots. They're going to be 382. I'm 382. They're going to be 382. Yeah, 2. I'm going to be 222. 362. 5, 7. They're going to be 70. It's 70. You're going to be 72. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 77. You're going to be 77. It's 77. You're going to 80. 382. You're going to be 85. 85. And 385, 87. 87, 90. You're going to be 392. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 95, and 395, 205 here, negative 392, negative 395, negative 395, 392, negative JW6. Big Brothers rounding them, guys. They're going to be 409. Hit 9. You're going to be 409 here, 10. 10, 10, 10. They're going to be 410. Hit 10. I ain't going to be 410. 10, 10. I got to be 12, 12, 12, 15. 15. You're going to be 17. I ain't going to be 20. I ain't going to be 2. I ain't going to be 22. Hit 25. You're going to be 25. 2057. And 27. You're going to be now 30. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 35. Hit 35. Both out here. You're going to be 32, 35. Hit 32, 35. You're going to be 432, and they're going to be Carl. Get them on 5. Get them on Carl. Get them on 5. Be the crossbreds here down. They're going to be Celebrate here down. What here down? They're going to be 392. Hit 2. You're going to be 92. You're going to be 392. Hit 2. You're going to be 2 to be 2. 375. You're going to be 375. 375. 77. I got a van 77. And 377. You're going to be 75. 77. You'll try them. You're going to be 77. And 377. You're going to be 375. 77. I got 375 on the wall. Going to be 377 and 375, 77. They're going to be 375. They're going to be CA. They're going to have a number. I ain't going to have 55. They're going to have CA 55. No. To the Floyd Farms, thank you guys. We appreciate you. Nice cattle as always. Underwood cattle. They're going to be 110 of these things sorted up for you. Nice cattle right here now. They're going to be round of shots in them. Heifer's going to be open to you now. Nice kind right here, right off their mamas, guys, and I like them. I'm going to be 332. You two. I'm going to be 332. You're going to be 332. You two. I'm going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. I'm going to be 332. I'm going to be 332. You two. I'm going to be 32. You're going to be 25 6. And I got a van 25 600. At 25. And now 6 here. I'm going to be $26 7. You're going to be 28. You're going to be 28. At 328. Now 9. You're going to be 30. You're going to be 30. And 31. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 33. You're going to be 34. You're going to be 34. And 34, you're going to be 34, you're going to be 35, you're going to be 36, 37, you're going to be 37, you're 37, you're going to be 38, you're going to be 38, you're 9, 40, you're going to be 340, and 340, and now 40, you're going to be 341, you're going to be 341, and 341, 2, you're going to be 42, you're going to be 41, 2, and now 3, you're going to be 43, 4, you're going to be 44, and 344, 5, you're going to be 345 here, and you're going to be 345, hit 5, you're going to be 345, 600, you're going to be 6 here, and you're going to be 45, 600, and 345, 6, 7, you're going to be 7, 8, and you're going to be 48, and 348, and you're going to be 348, and you're going to be 8, and 347, 8, you 8, 8, 8, and you're going to be 7 up here, and 8 here, and you're going to be 347, 8, and you're going to be 347, 8, you 8, and 347, 8, 8, 8, 8, and you're going to be 347, that's going to be, and 1X, and go ahead and preg them, you're going to be Troy, 1X, and preg. Going to be rounding them, guys. You're going to be right off their mamas, rounding them, guys. Going to be guaranteed open to you. Yes, sir. Well, not their mamas, round of shots in them, guys. They're going to be guaranteed open to you. You're going to be 309, hit 9, and 309 here. You're going to be 309, hit 9. You're going to be 309 here. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 305 here. You're going to be 305, hit 5. $3 on them. You're going to be $3 here. 1, 2. You're going to be 3, 4, and 5. You're going to be 5 here. Down 305, $6. You're going to be 7. You're going to 8, 308, 9, 9, 10, 11, 3, 11, 12, hit 13. You're going to be 14. You're going to be 15. You're going to be 16, 316, 15, 16, you're going to be 16, you're going to be 16, you're 15, you're going to be 16, you're going to be 315, 16, 15, 16, you're going to be 315, I'm going to be Bates, and you're going to be on 65, go ahead and preg, Bates, you're going to be 91, 91, I'm going to be 281, I'm going to be 23, and I'm going to be 4, 85, 87, hit 90, you're going to be 292, you're going to be 95, you're going to be 95, at 295, 92, 95, you're going to be 95, 95, 95, at 292, I'm going to be 5, you're going to be 5, you're going to be 5, 292, I'm going to be number 44, and you're going to be Lang 44. Ring full of the good kind right here now. They're steers and they are good now. Guys are steers off their mamas, round of vaccines, and a better down. Who you gonna be? Who you gonna be? So the material, 365. You gonna be 365. I'm 365. You're gonna be 65 here, down 6. 366. 365, 6, 7. You're gonna be 68, 9. You're gonna be 70. You're gonna be 71. And 371. You're gonna be 371. Hit 2. You're gonna be 73. You're gonna be 74. You're gonna be 75. You're gonna be 76. You're gonna be 77. Hit 77. You're gonna be 78. You're gonna be 79. 79, hit 80, and I'm going to be 381, 81, 2, 83, 83, 33, 33, 84, 85, 85 here, and I'm going to be 385, 86, 86, 85 here, down 6 here, and I'm going to be 385, 6, 7, 87, 87, 7, 86, 87, and 386, and now 7 up here, money's in the ring, 86, 87, and 386, and now 7 up here, and I'm going to be 386, and that's going to be, I'm going to on number, and one of them on, we're going to do here. Yep. Seth 1. All rounding them, boys. And they're going to be big old stout, nice kind right here. Now, right off their mamas, got a round of vaccines in them, guys. 331. You're gonna be 331. It won. I'm gonna be 331. You're gonna be 331. Can't think of you two. You're gonna be 32 and 3. You're gonna be 34. You're gonna be 35. You're gonna be 35. You're 36 here. Batesby right there. 37. You're gonna be 38. You're gonna be 39. 40. You're gonna be 40 and 40. You're gonna be 340. You're gonna be 340. You're gonna be 340. Both out here. 340 and 340. I'm gonna be 39. I'm gonna be 40. You're gonna be 41. You're gonna be 41. Hit 2. Negative 42, negative 42, and 41 2, and 341 2 3, negative 44, negative 44, negative 44, and 44 and half 4, negative 4 and a half 5, 5 and a half, negative 6 here, 46 higher, 6 and a half 7, negative half, negative 7 and a half, negative 7 and a half, 48, 48 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half 9, negative 9 here, 9 and a half, negative 50, negative 50, 50, 50, 49 and a half, 50, I get it 9 and a half, 50, negative 49 and a half, 50, I'm going to be 350, I'm going to be 350, I'm going to be 350, 349.50, I'm going to be Troy, I'm going to be numbered, I'm going to be 70, I'm going to be Troy 70. All light steers here down. You're going to be 355. You get 355. You get 55 here down. 355. You get 5. You're going to be 325. 7. 30. You're going to be 30. You're going to be 30. You get 32. 5. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 40. You're going to be 2. 5. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 50. You get 50. Right now 2. You're going to be now 5. You're going to be now 7. You're going to be now 60. And now 2. 65. You're going to be 67. You're going to be 67. 365. 7. You're going to be 365 now. 7 up here. You're going to be 65 7. 65 7. 365. I'm going to be Lang. Number 61. Lang 61. Are you going to be $4? You're $4 on them. Are you going to be $4 here? You're going to be now 2. You're going to be 425. You're going to be 7 up here. Now 10. You're 12. You're going to be 4, 12, 15. You're going to be 17. You're going to be 17. You're 17. Yeah, 17. You're going to be 17. 15. I'm going to be 17. 15, 17. You're going to be 415, 17. You're going to be 415. I'm going to be JW6. I'll be the Underwood cattle for you. $310, high, get a bit 310, 310, get 310, high, get a bit 10, get a bit 10, get a bit 10, 310, 10, 10, 10, 10, 310, high, 291, get a bit 92, get a bit Schumann, thank you, get a bit 92, get 92, I get a bit 92, 92, get 92, I get a bit 2 to 2, get a bit 2 to 2, and I got a man down here 3, get a bit 94, get a bit 95, get a bit 96, high, get 97, get a bit 98, 99, get a bit 99, 3, get a bit 1. At 302, negative 302, negative 303, negative 304, negative 305, at 306, and now 7, negative 307, is 78, negative 309, 310, at 10, 11, negative 311, 12, negative 13, negative 14, negative 14, 13, 14, I'm going to be 13, negative 14, negative 313, I'm going to be CA in 66, and get up on CA 66. To the Underwood family, thank you guys. We appreciate you. Nice cattle right there now. Be Don Williams and the Buttermilk Ranch, guys. Nice cattle right here as always. You right off their mamas. You're going to be round of shots. Guys are all going to be guaranteed open, Tino. Be 200 and some odd of these things sorted up for you now. I'm going to be 442. Hit 2. I'm going to be 2 to 2. 5. I'm going to be 45. Not going to bound. 442 and 5. You hit 5 here. I'm going to be 42. You're going to be 5 here. I'm going to be 442. Now 5. Hit 45. I'm going to be 45. I'm going to be 45. And 42, 45. And 442. I'm going to man down here. 45 here. I'm going to be 45. 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 442. I'm going to be Mackey. I'm going to be on 42. I'm going to be Mackey on 42. 26 of the brothers. Who you going to be? Round of shots. Handle up same way, guys. Right off their mamas. You're going to be 505. You hit 505. You're going to be 505. You're going to be 505. Hit 5. You're going to 505 here. You're going to be 505. 505. You're going to be 485. Hit 485. You're going to be 485. Look what do you think you're down. You're going to be 485. Hit 485 and 87. I got a van down here at 87. Hit 90. You're going to be 92. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 95. Hit 495. You're going to be 95 here. You're going to be 97. You're going to be 5. You're going to be $5 on them. Hit $5. Hit 502. You're going to be 505, you're going to be 505, hit 507, you're going to be 510, now 12, you're going to be 15, you're going to be 17, you're going to be 20, hit 2, 5, you're going to be 25, you're going to be 525, hit 525, 7, you're going to be down 30, you're going to be down 2, you're going to be 35, you're going to be 35, hit 35, 7, you're going to be down 40, you're going to be 40, you're going to be 540, you're going to be 540, hit 540, hit 540, 2, you're going to be 45, you're going to be 47, you're going to be 547, 50, hit 552, you're going to be 55, you're going to be 7 up here, and you're going to be 60. It's 62, you're going to be 62, 62, and 562. I'm going to be 2 to be 2, 562, 2, 2, 2, 2, and you're going to be 562. You're 2, I'm going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, 560, and that's going to be Troy, get up on 3. Still a good buttermilk cattle, guys. You're going to be on 390 on them. Hit 390. Hit 90. You're going to be 390. I'm going to be 390. Hit 390. Hit 90. I'm going to be 390, 90, 90. You're going to be 390. 390. Hit 390. Hey, you're going to be 385, boys. I'll be there. You're going to be 385, 86 here, and I got a van down. At 385, negative 86 here, and you're going to be 385, 86 higher. 86, and 86 here, and I'm going to be 385, 86 higher. I got a van down. You're going to be 385, and you're going to be 86 higher, and you're going to be 387, 87, 87, you're going to be 387, 87, 87 of it, 7 of them, 87, 88, you're going to be 89, 89, hit 90, you're going to be 90, you're going to be 90, Haas going to be 90, you're going to be 390, you're going to be 390, hit 390, hit 90, 90, 90, you're going to be 390, hit 390, hit 90 to be 90 to them, what do you think you're done? You're going to be 390, 89 to 90, you're going to be 391, you're going to be 91, hit 91, you're going to be 391, half 1, you're going to be 391, hit 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, you're going to 91 high, 1 high, hit 2, you're going to be 2, 2, 2, you're going to be 92, negative 92, 1 half 2, you get 1 half here, 2 here, negative 92, 2, 2 to high, negative 2 to half 3, negative 3 to high, negative 93 and 4, hit 4 to half 5, 6 higher, negative 96 higher, hit 96, and negative 95, negative 96 higher, 96 here, negative 395, 96 higher, at 395, negative 96 here, negative 395, negative 6 here, and money's low, negative 395, negative 96 higher, 395, negative camp on 4, negative 1 camp on 4. I'll be the big sister Chaz, and I like the kind here now. Open to you and right off their mamas. They're going to be vaccinated. They're going to be 339. Hit 39. They're going to be 39. Boys ought to be there. Down 339. Hit 9. You're going to be 39 here. 40. You're going to be 39. 40 here. 40. You're going to be 40. And 340. High got a van down here. 40. You're going to be 40. Now 1. You're going to be 42. You're going to be 43. And 44. You're going to be 44. You're going to be 44. And 344. 5. You're going to be 45 here. You're going to be 345. And 345. All out here. 345. And 345. Now 6 high. And 345. You do it. 6, 7, 47, and 47. They're going to be 47 of it, 7 of 5, 6 on the wall, 7, 8, hit 8. I'm going to be 49, 9, 9, 9, 9, 49, hit 9, 50. They're going to be 351, now 2. They're going to be 2, 2, 2, 51, 2, hit 3. They're going to be 53, they're going to be 353, hit 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Haas going to be 53, they're going to be 2, 0, 3, and 52, 3. On 2's in lead, going to be 3, they're going to be 3, 3, 3, and I'm going to be 353, hit 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and I'm going to be 353, and I'm going to be 353, and I'm going to be 352. I'm going to be Lang, get up on number 6, and go ahead and preg them. Lang 6, preg on a guarantee. I'm going to show you 53 steers here now. Round of shots, guys, off their mamas, guys. Go ahead and try to buy the goods right here now. Negative be 403. I ain't gonna be 403. Negative be 403. Negative in 5. Negative be 405. 7. Negative in 10. Hit 12. Negative be 15. Negative be 17. Negative in 20. Negative be 420. Hit 22. Negative be 25. Negative be 27. Negative be 27. Hit 30. Negative be 32. Negative be 35. Negative be 37. Negative in 40. Hit 40. Negative be 440. Negative be 37. 8. 9. 9. 9. Now 40. Hit 40. I ain't gonna be 41, negative be 41, 2, negative be 42, and 41, 2. I'm gonna be down 3, negative be 44, negative be 45, 46, high, 47, gonna be 48, 9, 50, gonna be 51, gonna be 52, hit 3, 4, 5, 55, 56, higher, negative be 7, negative be 7, 7, 57, 8, gonna be 59, 9, 9, 60, it's 60, and now 60, 5, 9, 60, and gonna be 60, and 460, and now 61, negative be 61, negative be 461, it 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, negative be 461, negative 1, and 461, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, negative be 461, negative be 460. I gotta be camp, get him on 55, you get him on camp on 55. I'll be the big end right here now. You're going to be right off their mamas. They're vaccinated. You're going to be on 365, 7. You're going to be 67, 70. You're going to be 370. I'm 370. I got a man here. You're going to be 370. You're going to be 370. I'm 370. You're going to be 370. Be no cheaper now. 370. Hit 2. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 77, 80. You're going to be 381, 82, 83, 85, 87, 92. You're going to be 95. You're going to be 95. Hit 95 out in the ring. 97. You're going to be down 4. You're going to be $4 on them. Hit $4. Hit 4. Now 2. You're going to be both out here. 402. Hit 5. Hit 405 here. I'm going to be 405. You're going to be 405. Hit 3 forward. I'm going to be 405. You're going to be 405. Now 6 here. You're going to be 7. Hit 407. You're going to be 408. You're going to be 478. Hit 8. Now 9. 9, 9, 9, 9. You're going to be 409. Hit 9. 8 and 9 and 9. You're going to be 489. 10. You're going to be 410. 11. 11 of 11 of 5. Hit 410. 11. 11 up here. You're going to be 410. 11. You're going to be 11. 410. 11. Good as you're going to find. 410. 11. Hit 410. 11 up here. You're going to be 410. 11. Here we go. You're going to be 410. 11. 410. 11. You're going to be 410. I got to be camp. Get up on 55. Get up on camp. And get up on 55. To the Buttermilk Ranch, the Williams family, guys. Really, really nice gifts right there, guys. We appreciate you. Appreciate your business. I'll be riding Colt Linus got here for you. Guys, it'll be long time yearling steers here. Got 2 rounds of shots in the right here now. Nice health program right here on these cattle now. Boys are good. Right here down. You're going to be ladder cattle now. They're good. They're right. Here we go. You're going to be 295. Hit 295. You're going to be 95 here. You're going to be 295. You're going to be 295. Hit 95. You're going to be 295 here. You're going to be 295. You're going to be 295. Hit 95. You're going to be 295 here. Boys ought to be there. 295. Hit 95. You're going to be 95 here. You're going to be 295. Tom, what do you think? 295. Hit 95. You're going to be 95 here. You're going to be 291. You're going to be 295. 291. You're going to be 291. Negative 291 bid, 1 by 295. Hit 2, negative 92, negative 92, negative man down here, 92. Hit 2, negative 91, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, negative 91, 2. On 291, negative 2, negative 2, 2, 2, negative 3, negative 93. Hit 93, negative 93, 94, negative 94, negative 94. Hit 94, negative 3 to high, and do that, negative 93 to high. Hit 93, 50, negative 93 to high, negative 93, 50, negative 93 to high. On 293 to high, 5, 5, high, negative 293, 50, negative 293 and 50, negative 293 and 50, 293, and that's going to be T. I ain't going to have a 99, negative 1 T on 99. To the Latta family, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Think Colt's got some more after a while, too, don't he? Is that all of them? They're on my list twice. On be the bridal kettle. Home raised guys, local cattle right here down. 2 rounds of shots. IBR Blackleg guys, side acting. They've had it all done right here down. Bunk and hot wire broke, no implants in them. You're going to be home raised, 100+ days on the weaning. You're going to be heifers, you're going to be open to them. And you're going to be, hey, you're going to be on 345. At 345, hey, you're going to be 345 here. And you're going to be 346 here. And I'm going to be 345, 600. And 345, you're going to be 6 up here. And you're going to be 45. And you're going to be 6 here. And I'm going to be 345, 600. And 345, and now 6 here. And you're going to be 46 higher. And you're going to be 345, 600. It's 7. You're going to be 47. You're going to be 48. And you're going to be 49. Hit 9950. And you're going to be 50. And you're going to be 50. And 4950. And you're going to be 349. You're going to be 50. You're going to be 50. You're going to be 50, and you're going to be 349. I'm going to be Lang, get him on 6, and go ahead and prag them. Lang 6 and prag. Erlen, short ears here down. You're going to be $1, $3 and 1. You're going to be 302. You're going to be 302. Hit 2. You're going to be 2 bid 2. You're going to be 2 bid 2. And 302. Hit 2. You're going to be 302. You're going to be 282. You're going to be 282. 82. You're going to be 2 bid 2. Just short ears down. You're going to be 282. 82. You're going to be 82. 222. You're going to be 62. And out that door 2 5. You're going to be 65. 65. You're going to be Jerry. You're going to be 65. 7. You're going to be 70. It's 72. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 77, 80, I'm going to be 282, 285, I'm going to be 287, hit 90, I'm going to be 292, I'm going to be 95, I'm going to be 95, I'm going to be 95, I'm going to be 97, hit 97, I'm going to be 295, 97, I'm going to be 295, 97, 295, I'm going to be Trent, get him on 24X, you get him on Trent, get him on 24X. Yearling Sisters. I'm guaranteed open. You're going to be 100+ days on them. You're going to be 323. You're going to be 23. I'm 323. You're going to be 23. I'm going to be 23. You're going to be 23. 100-day yearlings now. And they're open. You're going to be 323, 315 bid. Hit 15, now 16, 17, 18. You're going to be 18. Hit 19. You're going to be 20. You're going to be 21. You're going to be 22. You're going to be 23. And 23. You're going to be 23. You're going to be 23. 22, so 3. And 322 and 3. I'm going to be 3. You're going to be 3. You're going to be 3. And 4. You're going to be 4. Hit 25. You're going to be 25 here. You're going to be 26 higher. You're going to be 26 higher. And 325. And now 26 here. And you're going to be 25. 26 here. You do it. 25. 26, 325, negative Jerry, get him on 13, Preg. Ah, 100+ day, yearlings here down. 2 round shots, and had it all done. You're going to be celebrate down. You're going to be 355, negative 55, and 355. You're going to be 7 up here, and every of us 7, and 355. You're going to be 7 up here, 100+ days on them. Camp pound 7, 60. You're now 2. You're going to be 5. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 70. You're going to be 70, and 372. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 75, and 375. You're going to be 205, 77, 80. You're going to be 382. You're going to be 385, and 385. 205 here, and 85, 87, 90, 2. 2, negative 95, hit 95, negative 95, negative 395, hit 205, you're going to 392, high 5, negative 395, negative 395, 97, and 397, 4, negative 2, negative 402, negative 402. Try that 1, you're going to be 401, negative 401, hit 1, 1, negative $4 in the hall, negative 1, 401 bid, 1 bound, negative $4, and that going to be camp. You got a number. I ain't get him on 6X, you got him on camp 66, you got him on camp, and get him on 66. I'll be the big brothers. They camera along, guys. I like the kind here now. 100 day yearlings. How you gonna be? How you gonna be? I'm on 361 and 361 2 1 2. Did you do it here? 61 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You're gonna be 361. I'm gonna be 2. Gonna be 2. Gonna be 2. I'm 361 now 2. You're gonna be 355 and 355 7. I gotta be 55 600 56 and now 6 here. I'm gonna be 55. You're gonna be 607. You're gonna be 7 8. You 8. I'm gonna be 58. You're gonna be 7 up here. 8 here 9 9 60. Negative 360 and 360 and now 61 negative 61 negative 361 hit 1 2 negative 2 bit 2 had 2 negative 2 2 2 62 1 up 2 and 1 up here 2 0 negative 1 had 2 hit 2 negative 362 and 2 and 2 and 2 2 to high negative 2 and a half negative 2 and a half 62 and a half Troy negative 62 and a half negative 2 and a half negative 62 and a half hit 3 and now 3 negative 3 and a half negative 3 and a half hit 4 negative 64 negative 64 negative 64 and 364 and negative 4 negative 364 negative 363 50. I'm gonna be Troy, get him on 70 negative Troy 70. To the Bridle family, guys. Thank you, folks. We appreciate you. Nice cattle right here, now. Be the Livingston family, guys. The 2L Farms here for you. Guys are going to be 30-plus days on the win in here. They're going to be vaccinated 2 times, guys. 2 rounds of vaccine, blackleg, modified live, guys. Had it all done right here down 30-plus days. They're on feed right here, ready to go to work for you. 30-plus days now. You're going to be Handle Upright, guys. Health program right here now. You're going to be 425. You're 425. You're going to be 25 here. And you're going to be 425. You're going to be 425 7. And 427. 7 of it, 7 of bound. You're going to be 425. You're going to be 7 up here. 425 7. And 425. Yes, sir. I got money up top. 425 7. 425. You're going to be 7 up here. And you're going to be 425 7. 30. You're 30. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 35. 37. You're 40. You're going to be 42. You're going to be 45, negative 47, now 50, 52, negative 55, negative 57, 57, 55, negative 7 up here, 55, 7, 55, 7, negative 455, negative 7 up here, 55, 7, negative 455, negative 7 up 7 up, negative 455, I'm going to be Carl, get him on 5, negative on Carl, get him on 5. Big Brothers, guys, same story on them here down. They're going to be 30-plus days on them here down. Going to be 2 rounds of shots, modified live and all. They're going to be Silver down. 337. You're going to be 37. In 37. You're going to be 337. Boys ought to be there. Now, hey, in 38. You're going to be 39. You're going to be 40. You're going to be 40. You're going to be 40. In 41. You're going to be 41, 1, 1, 2. You're going to be 43. You're going to be 44, 45, 46, and 47. You're going to be 48. You're going to be 49. You're going to be 49. You're going to be 49. Both out here. Now 15, they're going to be 51, they're going to be 52, they're going to be 53, they're going to be 54, and 54, 5, here, now 6 here, 7, they're going to be 58, get 8, 9, 9, 16, they're going to be 61, they're going to be 2, going to be 3, 4, they're going to be 64, 5, now it's going to be 5, 65, 6 here, now 6 higher, they're going to be 66, and 66, 7, they're going to be 7, they're going to be 7, high 7, they're going to be 7, 7, 7, 6 high 7, and 6 and 5, here now 7, they're going to be 67, they're going to be 7, they're going to be 7, and 367, yes, 7 of it, 7 around, they're going to be 367, you do it 67 and 367. You're going to be 366 and 50. And that's going to be Lang. I ain't going to have a number. And Lang 7. Lang on 7. Livingston family, guys. Excellent red cattle right there, guys. We appreciate you. Nice cattle right there now. Guys, going to show you 93 head of these heifers right here on the three-way weigh-in. Be the RDW Cattle Company. You bet you guys. They're buying small right here now. Really, really nice health program, guys. A hell of a ride right here now. Long, long time yearlings here, guys. True yearlings. They're open to you. They've had it all done right here now. Appreciate the condition on these heifers now. And you're going to be celebrate down. You're going to be 315. You 15, 15, 315. You 15, 15, high, going to be 315, 15, and 315, high, going to be 15, and 16. You're going to be 16. I got a man down here, 16. It's 17. You're going to be 18, 18, 19. You're 19. High, going to be 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. West, going to be 19. You're 19, 20. You're going to be 21. You're going to be 22, you're going to be 23, you're going to be 24, and 24, 25, you're going to be 25 here, you're going to be 325, and 325, and 25 here, you're going to be 325. Yeah, Jeff, what do you think? You're going to be 325 here, now $6, you're going to be $26, and 25 low, going to be $26. You 5 and high 6, and now high, and going to be 26, nice 7, and 27, you're going to be 7 high, you're going to be 7 high, and going to be 27 high, and 27.50, yeah, 27 high, you're going to be 28 high, 8 high, 9 high, get 9, 29, 9 high, you're going to be 9 30, you're going to be 30, you're going to be 30, 50, you're going to be 30 high, you're 30, 50, I'm going to be 30 high, 30, 51, you're going to be 31 high, you're going to be down 2, you're going to be 2 high, 32 high, you're going to be 33, you're going to be 33, you're going to be 33, and 33, and now 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 75 down 3, you're going to be 3 and a quarter, you're 3 and a quarter, you're going to be 3 and a high, you're going to be 375, you're going to be down 4, you're going to be 34, and a quarter, and 4 to high, and 4 to high, 75, 475, and 475, you're going to be 34, 75, you're going to be 35, you're going to be 5 and a quarter, and 5 and a high, 5 and a high, and 575, you're going to be 575, and 35, 75, you're going to be 35, 50, you're going to be 35, 75, and 575, you're going to be 35, 50, you're going to be 35, 75, and 35, 75, you're going to be 335, 50, and that's going to be Todd. I'm making a number, and going to be 17. You go ahead and pray, going to guarantee, and you're going to be Todd, and you get up on 17, pray, going to guarantee. I'm going to show you 23 head more of them, guys. You're going to be 694 pounds of them, boys. I like them now. You're going to be centimeter down. You're going to be 318. At 318, I'm going to be 318. 318. 18. I'm going to be 318. 18. Yearlings open. You're going to be 318. 318. 18. 18. 18. 18. 312. You're going to be 312. You're going to be on 13. You're going to be 13. And 313. I'm going to be 13. 13. 14. You're going to be 15. You're going to be 16. You're 16, you're going to be 16, you're going to be 16, you're going to be 16, and 316, I'm going to be 16, 15, you're going to be 16, it's 16, and now 16, I got 315 right in the middle, 16, 17, 18, you're going to be 19, you're going to be 19, yeah, 319, 20, you're going to be 21, you're going to be 21, and 321, 2, you're going to be 22, you're going to be 22, you're going to be 22, and 321, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you're going to be 321, I got a 2, 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 321, they're going to be Bates, and you get them on number 65. They go and check them. You get them on Bates 65 and Prague going to guarantee.
Bates 65 for the vet, 23 head guaranteed open. Bates 65 for the vet, 23 head guaranteed open.
To the whole White family, guys, appreciate you folks. Be the last cut of them right here now. We thank you. Nice steers right here. Be steers came right along, same cattle. Handle up same way, guys. Long time on the winning, guys. You're going to be Sullivan here. You're going to be 342. You're going to be 342. Yeah, 2. You're going to be 342. I'm going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. 342. Yeah, 2. I'm going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. 135. You're going to be 335. And 335. Yearlings now. You're going to be 35 here. You're going to be 35. And 335. You're going to be 35 here. You're going to be 35. 6 here. 7. You're going to be 38. You're going to be 39. Hit 40. You're going to be 41, you're going to be 42, you're going to be 42, and 41 2. I'm going to be 341, I'm going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, and 341 2. I'm going to be 2 to be 2, and I'm going to be 341 on the wall, going to be down 42, and 342. I'm going to be 2 to be 2, 341, going to be 2, 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 341. I'm going to be team, going to be on 77, going to be on T on 77. Ronnie, Kristen, the whole White family, thank you guys. We appreciate you folks. Nice cattle right there as always. I'll be the Schrock family.
Had
2 rounds of shots, guys. They're long-time yearlings right here. They're heifers, and they're good now. Be about a 70-mile haul on them this morning now. Guys are weighing 889 pounds on this first draft now. You bet you guys. Long, true yearlings here, guaranteed open. The Schrock family guys always doing an excellent job with these cattle now. 63 of them, 887 pounds at your guys. Good square load for you. You're going to be open to you. They're going to be a 60-mile haul on them now. You're going to be down. You're going to be down. You're going to be 285. You're going to be 285. Get 285. 85 here. You're going to be 285. You're going to be 285. 85. You're going to be 285 here. You're going to be 285. Do it here. You're going to be 285. You're going to be 285. On 285. 86 here. 86 holler. I got a van down here. 6 holler. On 285. 86 holler. You're going to be 285. 67. 87. 87. 87. 88. 288. On 288. 999, you're gonna be 90, you're gonna be 290, you're 91, you're gonna be 291, 2, you're gonna be 92, you're gonna be 92, you're gonna be 92, you're 2, high 2, you're gonna be 92, high, you're gonna be 2 and a high, you're gonna be 2 and a high, you're 92 and a 3, you're gonna be 3 and a high, you're gonna be 3 here and a half here, you're gonna be 93 and a high, you're 93 and a high, you're gonna be 93 and a high, 4, you're gonna be 94 and a high, you're gonna be 95, you're gonna be 95, you're 96, and now 6 here, 7, you're gonna be 98, you're gonna be 99, you're gonna be 99, on 299, you're gonna be 299, you're gonna be 299, high 9 high, 299 high, now 3, you're gonna be $3 on them, you're gonna be $3, you get 99.53, you're gonna be 53, you're gonna $3 on them, at $3, you get 3, now you're gonna be 299.53, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, you're gonna be 299.50, I'm gonna be Troy, and you're gonna say number 38X, you get up on Troy, you get up on 38X and Pregum. To the Schrock family, guys, appreciate you. Nice efforts as always right there, guys. Thanks to all the buyers, he says. Appreciate everybody. Be Cody Wingers, cattle guys. Be long yearlings right here down. You're going to be guaranteed open now. Long yearlings. How are you going to be? You're going to be about a load of these things sorted up for you. I'm going to down. You're going to be down. 315. 15. I'm 315. I'm going to be 15. 15. I'm 315. Who are you going to be? 15. 15. You're going to be 310. I'm 310. I'm going to be 10. Going to be 10. Going to be 10. I'm 310. I'm going to be 10. Going to be 10. Going to be 10. 310. At 310. I'm going to be 310. You won't try them here. I'm going to be 310. Hit 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. You're gonna be 302. You're gonna be 302. You're 2. I'm gonna be 302. I'm gonna be 302. 3. You're gonna be 303. You're gonna be 304. You're 5. You're gonna be 6 up here. You're gonna be 7. You're gonna be 308. You're 9. You're gonna be 10. You're gonna be 310. 11. 11. 12. You're gonna be down 13. You're gonna be 13. 14. 15. You're gonna be 15. You're gonna be 15. And 15. And now 15. You're gonna be 314. You're gonna be 15. I'm on 314. 15. You're gonna be 314. 15. 314. They're gonna be Todd. Get up on 17. Preg. You get up on Todd. Get up on 17, Preg. I'll be the boys on the drive here now. You're going to be, I'm going to show you 35 head of these good steers now. I'm going to handle up same way, guys. Long-time yearlings are vaccinated, ready to go to work for you. And you're going to be 335. You're going to be 335. You're 335. You're going to be 6 here, 7. You're going to be 38. You're going to be 39. You're going to be 40. You're going to be 1. And 41, 2. You're going to be 43. You're going to be 44. You're going to be 45. You're going to be 45. And 345. 4 here, 5 here. You're going to be 344 and 5. You're going to be 345. Hit 45. Negative 345 here. Negative 344. Negative 5 and 3 not 46 higher. Negative 47. Negative 47. Get 8. Negative 48. Negative 49. 9 and 49. Negative 15. Negative 350. Negative 350. Get 1. Negative 350. 1 bid. 1 bound. Negative 351. It 1. 1 1 1 1. Negative 350. 1 bid. 1 bound. Negative 351. It 1 1 1 1. Negative 351. 1 bid. 1 bound. Negative 350. I'm going to be West. Negative on 77. West on 77. On Yearlings and good here down. Negative 318. Negative 318. 18. I'm negative 318. 318. 18. 18. 18. Negative 318. 318. Boys, that'll be there. 318. 18. I'm negative 318. 318. 310. And 310. I'm negative 10. Negative 10. Negative 10. And 310. I'm negative 10. 10. 310. 10. 10. 11. And 311. I got been down here. 11. 12. Negative 12. Negative 12. And 312. 13. Negative 13. 14. Negative 15, 15, it's 16, negative 17, negative 17, and 317, negative 317, 17, and 317, negative 17, 316, 17, negative 17, and 317, yes 16, negative 17, yes sir, negative 316, negative 17, 316, negative T, negative on 78, negative on T, negative on 78. I'll be the balance of them right here, dumb. Negative 300, and I want here down. Negative 30, negative 331, and 331, negative 331 bid, 1 bound, negative 331, negative 335, yeah, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, negative 325, negative 325, and 325, negative 25 here, negative 325, negative 325, negative 321, and 321, negative 320, get 1, yeah, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, negative 310, walk 'em, 310, 11, negative 310, 11, and 311, 11, 11, negative 310, boys ought to be there. 310, now 11, at 310, your lunch here, 11, negative 12, negative total 12, negative 312, at 312, negative 12, negative and down here, 12, negative 13, negative 14, negative 15, 15, negative 15, 15, 14, 15, 16, and now 16, negative 15, negative 16, negative 316, 15, 16, negative 15, negative 16, negative 315, I get to be West, and get up on 77, West, and get up on number 77. Yes, sir. Cody, appreciate you. Thank you. Nice cattle. I'll be the Closer cattle for you. 17 steers here in the ring for you. Guys are home raised. All the shots, Vision 7, Fire Shield 6, no implants of the good cattle. Guys are 100+ days on them here down. They're going to be 100+ days on them. They're going to be celebrate down. They're going to be 372. They're going to be 75. They're going to be 75. Negative and 75. 77. They're going to be now 80. They're going to be 82. They're going to be 85. 85. 85. 85. 85. 87. 88. They're going to be 89. They're going to be 90. Hit 91. They're going to be 92. They're going to be 93. They're going to be 93. Hit 4. They're going to be 95. 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 Hit 94. 95. You're going to be 94. 95. Negative 394, 95. Hit 95 and 95 here. Money's in the hall now. 94, 95. Hit 96 higher. Negative 97. Negative 97. Negative 96, 97. Hit 96 and 97 up here. Negative 396, 97. Negative 396. That going to be camp. I ain't get up on 66. You get them on camp. You get them on 66. Kenny, thank you. You sitting here with us? Nice cattle right there if you're watching online. Be the Whitson family. Rocky and Will Whitson's good cattle here for you. Home raised, 2 rounds of shots, guys. No implants, guys. Going to be 75+ days on the weaning here. Heifers are open. They're going to be 340. And 340. I'm going to be 41. I got a man down here. I'm going to be 341. 2. They're going to be 43. They're going to be 45. They're going to be 47. Hit 48. They're going to be 49. Going to be now 50. They're going to be 51. They're going to be 51. And now 51. 51 here. Down. Going to be 351. Hit 1. I'm going to be 351 bid. 1 bound. I'm going to be Haas. What do you think here? Down. Going to be 351. Hit 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. They're going to be 351. They're going to be 351. 1. 1. 1. They're going to be 350. I'm going to be Troy. Troy, 1X and Preg, giving Troy 1X and Preg, and a guarantee. All sisters, come along, guys. They're going to be guaranteed open to you, and they're going to be celebratory. I'm going to be big sisters, not like the kind here down. And you're going to be 300, and I want here down. You're going to be 325 and 325, $6, and I got a van 325, $6, 325 down 6 here, and I got a van down here $6. You're going to be 325, and you're going to be $6 here, and now $26, 7 and 27. You're going to be 28, and you're going to be 29. You're going to be now 30, at 31. You're going to be 32, and you're going to be 32, and 31, 2, 3, and you're going to be 33, 4. And you're going to be 35, and you're going to be 36 here, and you're going to be 37, and 37, and 6 here, and you're going to be 7 up here, and you're going to be 36, 7, and 37. You get 36 here, and you're going to be 7 of it, 7 of them, and you're going to be 36, 37. Lang, when you think you're going to be 37, and 36, and now 37 of it, 7 of them, you're going to be 336. That's Brandon. I ain't going to have on 16. Go ahead and preg them. You're going to be Brandon. No preg. No preg. No preg. No preg. I'll be the brothers. They come along, guys. They're going to be 75 days on the weaning, guys. They're going to be 2 rounds. They're going to be no implants in them. They're going to be they're going to be 381, 81, 81, 81, 2, 81, 2, 81, 2, 81, 2. They're going to be 381. They're going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2. Hit 3, 83, 84, 85, 86 here, 87, 88. They're going to 89. They're going to be 90. They're going to be 91. They're going to be 92. They're going to be 93. They're going to be 93. Hit 93. 2, 3. They're going to be 93. Brandon going to be 93. They're going to be 93. They're going to be 93. Hit 92. 93, negative 94, negative 94, negative 94, negative 94, hit 94, I am 3 here, 4 here, negative 3, 93, and 4, hit forward, I negative 93, negative 94, negative 93, 94, negative 3, 93, and 4, 393, I get to be camp, get up on 66. Oh, 75 plus days on them here, guys. They're going to be steers, and they're good now. And they're going to be one of them on 75 day yearlings. They're going to be one of them on here. 347 and 347. Yes, 7 of 7 of them. They're going to be 347. They're going to be 347 and 347. Camp your kind. They're going to be 347 and 347. 7 of 7 of them. They're going to be 42. They're going to be 342. Hit 3. They're going to be 44. They're going to be 44. They're going to be 44 and 345. They're going to be 46 here. They're going to be 46 on 7 and 47 8. They're going to be 49, 950, they're going to be 350, and 350, and now 50, they're going to be 49, 51, they're going to be 51, 2, 51, 2, hit 3, they're going to be 53, they're going to be down 4, they're going to be 55, 55, now 6 here, they're going to be 56, 55, 6 here, they're going to be now 7, they're going to be 7, 7, 7, it's 6, 7, yeah, 56 here, they're going to be 7 of it, 7 of 57, 6, 7, they're going to be 7, 7, 7, they're going to be 7, 57, yeah, 57, they're going to be 357, 7 of it, 7 of and 357, 6, 7, they're going to be 697, they're going to be 356 and 50. I'm going to be 70, and they're going to be Troy 70. 356, 50, Troy 70. Rocky, Will, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Nice cattle right there, though. I believe it'll be the Gates Cattle Company for you. Going to be 16 head of these things here for you now. True yearlings, guys. 2 rounds in them. And they're going to be 355 and 355, and now 5 here, going to be 355, 355, hit 5, you hit 355 here, you're going to be 355, 55 here, going to be 355, and 355, negative 55 here, going to be 350, and 350, and now 51, you're going to be round 2, you're going to be now 3, you're going to be now 3, 53, 4, you're going to be 54, you're going to be 54, 53 and 4, 5, now 55 here, going to be 355, you're going to be 355, 600, 56, now 7, going to be 58, now 9, 9, 9, 60, and they're going to be 360, hit 960, and now 59 here, down 60s here, and they're going to be 359, 60, and 360, and 960, and they're going to be 359, and going to be 60, going to be 60, and 359, 60, now 60, 60, and they're going to be 60, now 60, 960, it's 60, camp going to be 60, 5960, and they're going to be 359, going to be 60, going to be 60, going to be 60, 359, I'm going to be Lang, going to be 7, Lang, going to be number 7. Bet you guys it'll be 45 head up right here now. Gates Cattle Company yearlings now. 120 plus days on them, guys. 2 round shots, no implants for the good cattle. You're going to be 32. Down, you're going to be 332. You get 332. You get 2. Down 3. You're going to be 33. Now I'm going to end down here 33. You're going to be 34. You're going to be 35. You're going to be 36. You get 37. You're going to be 37. You're going to be 38. You're going to be 39. You're going to be now 40. Get 41. You're going to be 42. You're going to be 43. You're going to be 43. Get down 3. 3, 2, and 3. You're going to be 43. 3, 3. Get 4. Down 43 to high 4. And 4 and 4. You're going to be 4 and a half. You're going to be 44 and a half 5. Get 45. 5 and a half. You're going to be 5 and a half. 5 and a half, 45 and high, hit 5 and high, and 5 and high, 6 higher, negative 46 and high, 46 high, 6 high, 6 and high, 46 and high, hit 46 here and half here, negative 46 and high, hit 46 15, negative 46 and high, negative 46 and high, 46 and high, hit half here, negative 46 here and half here, negative 346 50, and 346 and high, 5, negative 346 and high, negative 346 and high, 346, not going to be T, I ain't going to 178. To the Gates family, thank you, folks. Appreciate you as always. Nice cattle right there down. They're going to be Dusty Kelso's cattle for you. Be the Crown H LLC. Guys are home raised. They're all natural. Off their mama's, guys. Going to be guaranteed open on the heifers now. You're going to be 409. Hit 409. You're going to be 409 here. You're going to be 409. Hit 9. I'm going to be 409 here. 10. You're going to be 410. Hit 10. 9, 10, 10, 10, 9, 10. I'm going to bend down here. Down 410. Hit 9, 10. I'm going to be 10, 10, 10. You're going to be 409. Going to be 10. Going to be 10. Going to be 10. Hit 409, 10. I'm going to be 110. You're going to be 409. Going to be 10. Hit 409, 10. I got money on the left side here. 409. Going to be 10. Hit 10, 10, 10. You're on time here. 11. You're going to be 11. 11 to 411. Hit 411. You hit 10 here. 11. You're going to be 410, 11, 12. You're going to be 12, 13. You're going to be 14, you're going to be 15, 16, you're going to be 16, now 15, 16, and 15, high, you're going to be 16, you're going to be 15, you're going to be 16, you're going to be 16, 16, 4, 15, I'm going to be Troy, you're going to be 13, you're going to be Troy, you're going to be 13, Troy 13. Open heifers off their mamas, vaccinated here down, you're going to be one of them on settlement there. On, you're going to be 382, you're going to be 382, you're 2, down, 2 to be 2, 82, 2, 3, 82, you do it here, and you're going to be 382, you're 2, you're going to be 381, right off their mamas, they're open now. 381, 81, 111, they're going to be 370 and roll, boys, 371, hit 2, 3, you're going to be 4, you're going to be 5, you're going to be 75, hit 76 higher, and you're going to be 77, you're going to be 78, you're going to be 78, you're going to be 78, and 378, I'm going to be 7 up here and 8 here, and you're going to be 378, hit 7 up here and 8, I'm going to be 377, 8, you're going to be 78, you're going to be 78, you're going to be 377, 8, you're going to be 377, 8, 377, I'm going to be 13, you're going to be Troy, you're going to be 13, you're going to be Troy, I'm number 13. Dusty, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Nice cattle right there down. I'll be the Hickey cattle for you. Guys are home raised. They got 2 rounds of vaccines and I'm here down. Off their mamas, they're guaranteed open. Who you gonna be? Who you gonna be? Celebrate down. Celebrate down. You're gonna be $4 1. At $4 1. You're gonna be 401. You're gonna be 401. You're gonna be 401. And 381 2. Ninovan 2. Ninovan 2. And 381 2. Ninovan 2. Ninovan 2. Ninovan 2. Ninovan 2. You're gonna be 365. You're gonna be 365. You're now 65 here. You're gonna be 342. You're gonna be 342 5. You're gonna be 45. And 345 man down here. You're gonna be 345 7 50. Now 2 5 57 60. 2 pounds, jiggity pounds, jiggity pounds, jiggity pounds, 7, negative 70, now 2, it's 72, negative 75, negative 77, negative 77, it's 77, 80, negative 382, negative 382, and 382, 85, negative 387, negative 387, and 385, 87 up here, negative 385, 87, negative 385, negative 8, and get up on Trent, get up on 23X, you get up on Trent, you get up on 23X. And one of them out there, Mama's open. Negative down. One of them on Silverter down. Negative 371. Negative 371. It won. Negative 371. Negative 371. It won. Negative 371. Negative 355. Negative $6 and $56. 55. Negative 6 up here. Negative 355. $6. 355. Negative 6 here and 55 here. Negative 6 here. Negative 355. I get a beat. One of them on number 52. Mackie 5 and a 2. Mackie 52. On 2 rounds off their mamas, they're gonna be one of them stairs. They're gonna be 440, one of them on 440, it 440, it 40 to bid 40 to bomb. They're gonna be 440, one of them 440, at 440, gonna be 40, 40, 40, one of them 440, gonna be on tram here, and they're gonna be 425, at 25.7, they're gonna be 427. I got a van 425.7, 425. You're gonna be 7 up here, and I got a van down here 730. They're gonna be 32, they're gonna be 35, they're gonna be 37, at 35.37, you're gonna be 35. 37, they're going to be 435, 37, and 437, they're going to be 35, they're going to be 37, they're going to be 435, I'm going to be Trent, they're going to be 2 and 3, and they're going to be Trent 23. I'll be the big brothers. They're going to be one Silverter down. They're going to be one round of shots, guys, off their mamas. And they're going to be one Silverter. They're going to be 387. They're going to be 387. And 387. 87 of it, 7 of them. They're going to be 388. 87 8. And 388. And 388. They're going to be 375. 377. 375. 77. They're going to be 375. 77. And 375. They're going to be 7 up here. They're going to be 375. 77. They're going to be 360 and walk them. 361. 2, 3. They're going to be 5. They're going to be 65. 365. Trench on tram. They're going to be 365. Now 7. They're going to be now 70. They're going to be 372. 5. They're going to be 77. 80. They're going to be 380. 82. They're going to be 382. They're going to be 382. Hit 2. I'm going to be 385. 85 here. They're going to be 385. 87. Now 90. They're going to be 392. They're going to be 392. They're going to be 392. Hit 2. I'm going to be 2 to be 2. 392 and 2. They're going to be 392. They're going to be 392. 390. They're going to be JW6. JW6. 390. Off his mama, 2 round shots. He's steered. He gonna be down bid 330 and 31. He gonna be 331. One of them on 331 bid. 1 bound. He gonna be 335. It 1. He gonna be 331. He gonna be 321. He gonna be 325. It 2. And he gonna be 3. He gonna be 5. He gonna be 7 up here in 30. He gonna be 32. He gonna be 35. In 35 7. He gonna be 35. 36 high. In 35. He gonna be 6 here. He gonna be 35. He gonna be 6 here. He gonna be 335. They gonna be Bates. I ain't got a number 7, negative on Bates, negative on number 7. Thank you to the Hickey family. Mr. Schrock, thank you, sir. Appreciate you today. Nice cattle. Home raised round of shots off their mamas. You're going to be guaranteed open, T-Dum. And they're going to be 320, negative 320, negative 320, at 320, hit 20 to bid, 20 to bound, round of shots, guaranteed open now, negative 320, at 321, negative 21 bid, 1 bound, now 2, negative 22, at 322, negative down 3, negative 24, negative 25, $26.7, hit 28, negative 29, negative 31, negative 32, 33, negative 33, 4, negative 35, negative 35, now 36 high, hit 37, negative 37, 8, negative 38, hit 8, I'm going to be 38, negative 7 up here and 8 here, negative 37, 8, I'm 337, 8, I'm going to be 37, 8, negative 37, 8, negative 337, I'm going to be laying it on 6, and go ahead and prag them. Rounding them down. They're going to be on Silverton. They're going to be 300 in. You say 15. 15. Hey, you're going to be 15. 15. You're going to be 315. 15. I ain't going to be 315. 15. 310. 310. Hit 10. I ain't going to be 310. 310. 305. $6. They're going to be 6 here. Not going to band. At 305. Now you're going to be 6 up here. And you're going to be 305. $6. And 305. You get on 6 up here. And you're going to be 305. Not going to band down here. 305. $6. 7. And 307. 8. And you're going to be 308. 8. Away. Hit 8. On 8 8. Negative 7 up here. And 8 here. Negative 307 8. Hit 8. And 8 8 8. Negative 307 8. Negative 307. Mackey. Get up on 62. Mackey on 62. Their heifers are open. They're good here. Going to be 200. They're going to be 91. They're going to be 291. Hit 91. They're going to be 291 bid. 281 2. Net 2. On 281 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2. They're going to be 281. I got to be 2. Got to be 2. Got to be 2. 82 3. 3 3 and 83. And I got to be down here 3 and 83. 83. 83 here. And I'm going to be 282 and 2 and 3 and 83 3 3 3. And you're going to be 282. I'm going to be Mackey. Get him on 62. And you get him on Mackey 62 and Pregham. I'm on Bulls. I'll be negative on Sullivan down. Negative one here down. Negative 320 and 322. Negative 322. Hit 2. I'm going to be. Branson cattle here for you. Vic Branson's good cattle. Probably no info on it. Same deal, you bet. On Bulls, I'll be going to be 300 in. I want here down. Going to be 18, 19. You're going to be 19. You're 19. You're going to be 19, 20. You're going to be 320. And I'm man down here 20. And you're going to be 320. Hit 1. You're going to be 21. You're going to be 22. And you're going to be 23. And you're going to be 24. You're going to be 25. Hit 25. Here now 25. Look to be 25. You're going to be 25 now. 25 $6. Hit 26. And now 6 here. And you're going to be 25. Now $6. Hit 26 and 25 $6. And you're going to be 6 here. And you're going to be 325 $6. Hit 6. And now 6 here, a lot here, 325, 600, and 325, and gonna be 6 up here, and you're gonna be 325, 600, and you're gonna be in no third, and 2600, and 325, and you're gonna be 6 here, and you're gonna be 325, and you're gonna be 6 up here, and you're gonna be 325. I'm gonna be Luke, and gonna be number 7, Luke on 7. Hey, Bull, I'm going to be on Celebrator down. You're going to be 400 and 10, 10, 10. 410, I'm going to be 10, 10, 410, going to be 10, going to be 10, going to be 10, 410. You're going to be 10, going to be 10, going to be 10, 410, $4. You get $4.1. You're going to be 401. You're going to be 375, 77, 80. You're going to be 380. You're going to be 382. You're going to be 385, 87. You're 390, 295, 97. At 395, 97. You're going to be 395, 97. You're going to be 395, 97. At 395, you're going to be up here, 95, 97. You're going to be 395. I'm going to be Trent 2 to 3. You're going to be Trent 2 to 3. I'm Big Stout Bulls here down. You're going to be Celebrator. I'm going to be 301. You're going to be 301. You're going to be 301. And 301. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. You're going to be 302. 1, 2, 1, 2. And 3. You're going to be 3, 3, 4. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 305. It's 6 higher. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 7. You're going to be 7, 8. And 308. 8, 9, 9, 9. You're going to be 309 here. You're going to be 309. Hit 9, 10. You're going to be 310, 11. 11 of 11 about 311, 12. Hit 12. You're going to be 312. You're going to be 312. And 311, 12. 11 up here and 12 here. Going to be 311. Going to be 12. Going to be 12. Going to be 12. Going to be 12. 311. Not going to be CA and 66. Vic, Mr. Branson, the Branson family. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. Nice cattle right there, Dom. I believe that wraps you up. I'll be the Meredith cattle for you. Home raised, 2 rounds of shots, 60 plus days on them. And heifers are going to be open. And 360. And 360. And now 60. At 360. And now 60 to be. Going to be 360. 360. Trench on time for 50. And 350. I'm going to be 351. 351. I'm going to be here down. Going to be 351. 2. 3 and 5. You're going to be 7 up here. And you're going to be 60. You're going to be now 2. 65. You're going to be 67. You're going to be now 70. You're going to be 72. You're going to be 75. It's 75. You're going to be 77. You're going to be 80. You're going to be 380. 380 on 380, negative 382, negative 385, negative 385, 87, now 90, negative 392, 395, negative 395, hit 97, 4, negative $4 on him, hit $4, hit 4, now negative 97, 89, 99, now 4, negative $4, 1, negative 402, now 3, 4, negative 404, and 5, negative 6 here, negative 7, negative 8, hit 9, 9, 9, 4, 9, 10, hit 10, 10, 10, 10, 11, 12, negative 12 here, negative 4, 12, 13, negative 14, negative 14, 15, negative 16, negative 16, 15, negative 16, negative 4, 15, negative 16, 4, 15, Todd, 51. 60 days, you're going to be guaranteed open to you, and you're going to be down, you're going to be 377, you're going to be 377, 377, you're going to be 77, 60 days, Wayne now, 377, you had 8, you're going to be 78, you doing, you're going to be 77, 8, you're going to be 378, you had 8, I'm going to be 71, 2, and I got a man down here, 2, 3, you're going to be 74, and you're going to be 74, it's 74, and you're going to be 74, and you're going to be 74, I'm 374, and I'm 4 here, and 3 here, 4 here, and I'm 5, and you're going to be 76, high, it's 77, you're going to be 78, you're going to be 79, now 80, on 380, you're going to be 380, you're going to be 380, you're going to be 380, yes, 79, 80, you're going to be 380 here, you're going to be 780, you're going to be 380, 380, 380, 380, you're going to be 379, Todd, 51. 60 days, Wayne here, 2-round shots, guys. They're going to be guaranteed open to you, and they're going to be 291. They're going to be 291. Hit 91. They're going to be 291. 291. 291 open, guys. They're going to be 291. 292. Hit 92. I'm going to be here. They're going to be 292. They're going to be 93. They're going to be 94. They're going to be 95. They're going to be 96 7. Hit 98. They're going to be 99. They're going to be now 3. They're going to be now 1. They're going to be 302. 303. 4. Hit 45. They're going to be now 6 here. They're going to be now 7. They're going to be 307. Hit 6 7. You're going to be 7 of it, 7 of them. You're going to be 306. You're going to be 307. You're going to be 307. You're going to be 307. 306. And I'm going to be Todd. Get him on 17 preg. You get him on Todd. Get him on 17 preg. No preg. I'm going to be 60-day bulls here, and they're going to be 425, 425, and they're going to be 425, 425, and they're going to be 25 here, and they're going to be 425, and they're going to be 425, and 425, and they're going to be 410, 410, I'm going to be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 410, they're going to be $4 too, hit 2, I'm going to be 402, and they're going to be 402, and they're going to be 402, and 402, and I'm going to be 382, and they're going to be 385, and they're going to be 385, and 385, 85, 85, 85, and 205 here, and they're going to be 387, hit 90, and going to be 92, and they're going to be 95, and they're going to be 97, they're going to be now 4, now 2, now 5, now 7, hit 10, I'm going to be 10, going to be 10, going to be 10, hit 4, 7, 10, I'm going to be 407, I'm going to be 10, 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 407, I'm going to be number 23, and they're going to be trend on 23. To the Meredith family, thank you, Bill. Appreciate you. Nice cattle right there down. Going to show you a nice set of heifers here for you. Be the Ware Farms for you. Long-time yearling heifers, guaranteed open to you. Guys had it all done right here down. About a 65-mile haul on this morning now. Oh, you're going to be 310. You get 310. High, going to be 310, 10, 10. Minimum 310. You get 10. High, going to be 310, 10, 10. Minimum 310. Minimum 310. You get 310. High, going to be 10, 10, 10. Minimum 310. Minimum $3 on 1. You're going to be 301. I got a man. You're going to be 301, 2. You're going to be 222. You're going to be 303. You're going to be 304. You get 4. I'm going to be 5 here. You're going to be 6 here. You're going to be $6.7. You're going to be 307. And 307. You're going to be 7 of it, 7 of them. You're going to be 307. You're going to be 307. And 307. 7 of it, 7 of bound, negative 307, and 307. 6 here, negative 7 up here, negative 307. Is 6 low, gonna be 7, he gonna be 307. It's 7 of it, 7 bound, negative 6 here, negative 7 up here, negative 306, and negative 307, negative 306. I gonna be number 37, negative Troy, gonna be on 37. Go ahead and X and prag 'em. Wayne Heifer open. They're going to be just big off of them now. They're going to be 270. On 271. They're going to be 271. They're going to be 275. On 271. They're going to be 271 being one bound. They're going to be 271, 61, 261, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. They're going to be 61. They're going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2. 61, 2. I'm going to be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. They're going to be 261, 2. And I'm going to van down here. 61, 2. 1, 2. I'm going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2. I'm going to be 261. I'm going to be CA 29. Go ahead and Prager. You're gonna be what you sell it tear down. You're gonna be take about $2 on her. Yet $2 one. Yet $2. Yet one. You're gonna be 201. You're gonna be 2 on bid. One buy. Gonna be $1.50. 150. You ain't gonna be $1.50. 150. 150. $8.50. I ain't gonna be $1.20. 125. 125. Man down. 125 here. 30. You're gonna be 35. You're gonna be 40. 145. 150. 155. Now 60. 160. 160. 55. 60. 155. 65. 65, 70, 175, 180, 185, 190, 195. You're gonna be $2 on her. You're gonna be 205. You're gonna be 205. You're 205. How about them fours? You're gonna be 205. You're gonna be 205. You're gonna be $2 and 5. You're gonna be $2 and 5. I'm gonna be $2 Schumann. Oh, Heifer, Yerlin, open. You're going to be Celementir. You're going to be Dead-Eye there. You're going to be 265. 265. You're going to be 265 here. And I'm going to be 251. It won. Now 257. 60. 257. You're going to be 72. You're going to be 75. You're going to be 77. Yet 80. 88, 89, 282. You're going to be 285. You're going to be 287. You're going to be 287. On 285, 87. You're going to be 285, 87. You're going to be 285, 87. You're going to be 285. I'm going to be Troy. And make up a number. You're going to be 37. X and Preg. Butch, appreciate you. Nice cattle right there, Dome. Thanks all the buyers, he says. Appreciate everybody. It'll be the Shagoda cattle. Home raised, no implants, round shots off their mamas. You're going to be open heifers down. They're going to be $4 2. They're going to be 402. Hit 2. I'm going to be $4 and 2. I'm on a 402. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. At 402. I'm going to be 2 to be 2. I'm on 372. They're going to be 72. They're going to be 372. Hit 2. 2. 2. 2. They're going to be 372. They're going to be 360 down. 372 5. They're going to be 77. It's 77. They're going to be 75. 77. They're going to be 375. 77. 375. They're going to be 7 up here. They're going to be 375. They're going to be Mackey. I ain't going to be 5 to 2. Mackey 52. Big Sister's here. They're going to be 331. They're going to be 31 here. Open. Got the shots at them. 31 2. At 32. They're going to be 31 2. They're going to be 31 2. 31 2. And 331 2. Hit 2. You're going to be 2 bin. 2 bound. You're going to be 31 bin. You're going to be 2 to be 2. You're going to be 31 2. And 320. And now 1. You're going to be 321. And 321 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now I'm going to van down here. 321 2. 1 2. I'm going to be 2 to be 2. You're going to be 321. You're going to be 2. 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 321. I'm going to be Mackey. You're going to be 62. You're going to be Mackey. You're going to be number 62. Round shots off their mamas. Are you going to be? They're going to be Bulls. They're going to be 375. They're going to be 77. 375. They're going to be 77. They're going to be 77. And 375. They're going to be 7 up here. 365. 7. I got a van 70. They're going to be 70. And 370. And now 72. They're going to be 75. They're going to be 77. Now 80. And they're going to be 380. 380. They're going to be 382. They're going to be 385. They're going to be 387. Hit 390. And they're going to be 392. They're going to be 392 and 3. They're going to be 93 4. Hit 95. They're going to be 95 here. They're going to be 395. Hit 96 higher. They're going to be 95 here. Down 6 here. They're going to be 396 higher. At 395. They're going to be 6 up here. They're going to be 395. 96. 395. And that's going to be CA. I ain't going to be 5 out of 5. They're going to be CA 55. I'll be the big brothers here now. Round of shots at them, guys. You're going to be on 305. You're going to be 305. Hit 5. You're going to be 305. You're going to be 306 here. You're going to be now 7. You're going to be 308. Hit 8. Now 9. Now 10. You're going to be 310. Hit 310. High. Going to be 10. Going to be 10. 11. 311. 311. And 311. At 310. 11 bound. You're going to be 310. 11. You're going to be 310. 11. 11 bound. You're going to be 310. I going to be CA. You're going to be on 66. And you're going to be on CA 66. Rodney, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Nice cattle right there now. Be the Kirkendall cattle. You say 100+ days on them? You bet you guys, one raise in 100+ days, guys. Waiting long time now. They're going to be 385. Yeah, 385, 85, 85, 85, 85. You're going to be 385. And 385, 85 here now, 7. You're going to be 387 of it, 7 of them. You're going to be 385, 7. Hit Todd, what do you think? You're going to be 385, 87 up here. You're going to be 360. And 360. And now 360. And now 60. And 360. 100+ days, guys. Take about 340 on them. And 340. And now 40. And you're going to be 340. And you're going to be 340. Hit 2. And you're going to be 42. Trent going to be 5, negative be 7 up here, and 50, negative 52, hit 5, negative 7, negative 60, now 2, now 5, negative 5, 65, negative 65, now 7, negative now 70, negative 370, and 370, and now 70, 70, 70, now negative 7, 70, 367, negative 70 here, negative 67, 70, negative 367, negative 70, 367, negative Trent, negative on 23X, negative on Trent, negative on 23X. One of them 100-day yearlings here. Going to be one of them like these here. Going to be one of them guaranteed to be open. You're going to be 341. At 341. You're going to be 341. You're going to be 341. One bid, one bound. You're going to be 341. Hit 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You're going to be 325 and 326. At 325. You're going to be 6 up here. 100-day yearlings now. At 325. 600. You're going to be 15 bid. 16 mile. Is 16. You're going to be out 17. You're going to be 317. At 317. You're going to be 16. Man down here. 17. At 316. You're going to be 17, 17. At 16. You're going to be 17. You're going to be 17. You're going to be 17, 17, 17. 316. I'm going to be laying it on 7-2 and Prague. And 331. You're going to be 331. 100 days on her now. 331. Hit 2. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 32. Boys ought to be there. And you're going to be 32. And 332. You're going to be 32, 32, 32. And 332. And you're going to be 2. 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 And 332. And you're going to be 320. Now 2, 5, 7. You're going to be 30. Hit 2. You're going to be 32. You're going to be 32. And 332. 2 to be 2. 2 to be 2. 2 to be 2. You're going to be 332. You're going to be 330. I'm going to be Mackie 5 and a 2. Mackie 52. Brandon, thank you, sir. Appreciate you, the whole Kirkendall family. Be the Cervanka cattle guys. They're going to be in round of shots. They're long-time wean guys, no implants. Libby Bulls now. And they're going to be a long-time Wayne Bulls. And they're going to be 335. They're going to be 35. And 335 Wayne Bulls. I'm going to be 335. They're going to be 335 7. They're going to be 37 of it, 7 of 5. And 335. You're going to be 7 up here. Man down here. 35 here. Down. You're going to be 7. And 335. You're going to be 7 of it, 7 of 5. They're going to be 35. They're going to be 37. 40. You're going to be 340. And 340. And now 2. You're going to be 45. They're going to be now 7. 47. And 345. 7 up here, and they're going to be 45, 7. They're going to be 345. They're going to be JW on 6. Wayne Bulls here. They're going to be on Silverton. 320. They're going to be 321. 321. You'll try them. They're going to be 321. It won. I'm going to be 321 bid. One bound. They're going to be 310. And 310. I'm going to be 10. Going to be 10. Going to be 10. 11. 11 of 11 of 5. And 311. 310. 11 up here. 12. They're going to be 13. They're going to be 15. They're going to be 17. Going to be 20. Hit 2 and 5. They're going to be 325. It's 2 0 5. You get them on 322 and 2 and 2 and 5 here. And they're going to be 322 and 5. They're going to be 322. I'm going to be Trent. Get them on 2 and 5. Yearling Bulls, are you going to be negative 290? Are you going to be 291? Negative 291. 290, 91. Negative 291 bid, one bound. Negative 280. Are you going to be 281? 281, 2. Negative 2, 280, 81. Negative 2 down. Negative 281. 280, 81. One bid, one bound. Negative 281. 1, 1, 1, 1. Negative 281. Negative 280. Negative CA and 66. Yep. Make them at number 8. 88 and pin them with the 66s. You bet. To the Cervenka cattle, guys. Appreciate you, folks. Nice cattle right there down. With the cow cattle, guys. Heifers guaranteed open. Guaranteed to be open to you. Negative, sell it down. Negative, guaranteed age and preg down. Negative 225. Hit 225. Negative 25 here. Negative 225. Negative 225. 210. On 210. Negative 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 210. On 210. Negative spend one time. Negative $2 1. Negative $2 1. Hit 2. Negative 222 3. Negative 5. Negative 7. Negative 207. Hit 207. Hit 710. Now 11. 211. At 211, 11 around 12, negative 13, negative 13, 14, 14, 15, and now 15, negative 16, negative 17, is 17, 18, negative 2, 18, 19, 19, 19, 20, negative 21, negative 21, and 21, 2, negative 23, negative 24, negative 25, negative 2600, 26, and now 6 here, negative 225, negative 600, negative 225, negative CA, get 129, age and preg on a guarantee. To the Calc family, thank you guys. We appreciate you. I'll be Tom Turner's cattle. They're going to be Tom and Cindy Turner's cattle for you. They're home raised, guys. 3 rounds of the vaccines in them, guys, and no implants. They're weaned 60+ days right here now. I'm going to be sell it there down. They're going to be 432. They're going to be 35. They're going to be 35. Not going to van down here. 35. Hit 35. They're going to be 32, 35. They're going to be 35. Do it here down. Going to be 35. Hit 32 low. Going to be 35. And 435. You're going to be 32, 35. They're going to be 32, 35. And 432. Going to be 5 here. They're going to be 37. They're going to be 40. They're going to be 2. And 45, negative 45, negative 42, now 5, 42 and 5, negative 42 and 2 and 5 here, negative be for 42, I gotta be Wonger on 4. Oh, heifers, you're going to be the same way, handle up same way, 60+ days. I ain't going to be 402, they're going to be 402, stick them right on there, they ain't going to be 402, hit 5, you get them on 405, negative 5 here, down 205, hit 402 and 5, and now 5, they're going to be 7 up here, they're going to be down 10, they're going to be 410, 410, I ain't going to be 10, they're going to be 7 up here and 10, you do it here, they're going to be 4 7 10, hit 10, I ain't going to be 10 10 10, they're going to be 4 7 10 12, they're going to be 4 12, Wonger going to be 12 15, they're going to be 17, they're going to be down 20, negative 22, negative 25, hit 25, negative 25 here, negative 425, hit 205. You're going to be 422 and 2 and 5 here, and you're going to be 422, and they're going to be Wonger on 4. Be the boys coming along, guys. You're going to be 60+ days on them now. 3 rounds of shots, guys. Handle up right way here down. They're going to be one of them on Celebatary. They're going to be 475, 475. They're going to be 75. They're going to be 75, 475, 475.